dealers, the robbers, and the crooks.
Well, actually.
I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just so by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. That's hard to get over. A foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the they done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from Trey. From the tray, I'm balling like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up. 10 toes stay G'd up. I'm trying to get that type of wealth like a house on the hills can't see us. Say the money still me up. Stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This your man Marcus A. Brown, and I'm here to tell y'all that I just got done with my first consultation with the brother Andre of Love Crossing Borders. I just wanted to give him his praises. I need y'all to do two things if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed to his YouTube channel, Love Crossing Borders. Also, if you are going to Colombia, if you're thinking of going anywhere, traveling internationally, please consider booking a consultation with the OG Andre of Love Crossing Borders. You will not be disappointed. I'm a fan of the channel, so I booked a 2-hour session just to show support, just to show love and say what's up. He provided a wealth of information, way more than I was even expected. He has an excellent presentation. So I just wanted to let y'all know you will not be disappointed. Book the consultation, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Dre, man, I appreciate you. I will be out in Colombia, and I look forward to linking up with you. And y'all, get in tune with him if you haven't already. Tell him MAB sent you.
And I'm glad I'm able to help raise up a community of black men.
Theo had this crazy idea of teaching black men what he had learned in the tech field.
If you're resistant to change, you only want to do one thing or one way, yeah, you're not going to make it.
This is about taking men, black men, and making them better men.
Where are all the black men? And I'm not talking about the scammers, the drug dealers, the robbers, and the crooks.
Well, actually.
You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. Stop paying people that you don't have no respect for.
That you have no respect for. Shout out to all you guys that are here on Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders on a wonderful, wonderful Monday evening. Appreciate all you guys that are here. We got a great live stream that's going to be taking place, and it's going to be taking place today in regarding what's going on in Panama. What is going on in one of the places that have some of the most beautiful women of the African diaspora? Is the place that is known for its banking and its beaches. It is a cross between the United States and Cali, Colombia. So if you're trying to come to Cali, if you don't want to go to Bogota, you go through Panama. But when it comes to the passport bros, you guys are having a great time, even though black women travel almost 3 times the amount that black men do. I'll say that again. When it comes to international travel, not just state to state, whether it be Canada, United States, or UK, black women are on the road. They are in them streets more than you realize in regards to international travel. But when it comes to international experience, well, there's something different. When it comes to the experiences that they're having when it comes to dating and mating and finding the love of their lives, it's not as easy as they thought it would be when they said, I'm going to another country to find my man. I'm going to find my Boaz in Panama. Therefore, when it comes to the men are, whenever we go to another country, we're experiencing love and life. We're going to hear from a passport sis, beautiful woman, 55 years old. You would not know it. And yet her experience as a passport sis comes with a lot of loneliness, disappointment, and just slinging that coochie from guy to guy. This is not what she expected when she moved to the wonderful country of Panama. And the narrator of the show that's going to be talking about this particular topic, shout out to you brothers who sent it to me, I think it was Kenny Peoples who sent this one to me, is none other than the brother Ask a Older Man. If any of you guys have watched the YouTube channel Ask a Older Man, shout out to that brother. He's been around for a few years, and he's been able to give a lot of great commentary to women. This brother he's an islander brother who's been living in Dubai with his wife for the last 17 years. He's a world traveler, and yet he gives a lot of great experience and commentary from the perspective of being an older, mature man. So that's who we're going to be watching the video from. And shout out to all you guys that are here. And once again, thanks for the suggested video. We got 29 people in the building. Shout out to you gentlemen here already. And with the $5 love right out the gate, shout out to my brother. He said, passport sis, go home. And it looks that way. I tell sisters all the time when I talk to them, the best place for a black woman from the United States to find a man is in the United States. I'm telling you that now. The best place for a woman from the United States to find a mate is not Canada, it's not UK, it's not the Caribbeans, it's not Africa, it's not the Southeast Asia or any other parts of Europe, and not even in South America. The best place for a majority, now we know that there are rare cases no matter where you go, but the majority of sisters, I recommend when it comes to finding love in life, go back home. Why? I got 3 major reasons, ladies. First reason, economics. Can't nobody afford you in the States. The Jamaican dude can't afford you. If the American dude that you say $100,000 is not enough to take care of you, right? You need a date that's between $100 to $500 per date, correct? You say this all over social media, outside of social media. You wanted to be treated like a queen. Some of you like a princess, correct? Well, guess what, sisters? That costs money. And if you say that us making $100,000 in the States is not enough, then you come down to Colombia, where these men only making $375 a month at best in USD. You go to Peru, you go to Brazil, it's just about the same. You go to Panama, it's just about the same. These brothers may look good as can be. They may smash your back end romantically. But as far as longevity, that takes us to number 2. You're going to be paying everything, sis. If number 1, he can't afford you in all these other countries, you're going to be paying for everything. And of course, we often see the anomaly of white men dating black sisters when they come to Europe, and sisters go on social media. The small, minute group of sisters go on social media and brag about they met them an Italian white man who spoiled them. But yet and still, we never see the rings. Yeah, we see a lot of y'all get smashed. Sisters, I would smash you. The white brothers will smash you. Nobody says white dudes are not going to break your back in. A man is a man is a man. And if we see somebody attractive, no matter what race, color, or creed, we going to hit it. So if you just so happen to be in Italy or Spain or even Portugal, and some of those white guys are willing to come out of a few dollars to spoil you, just like we do in the States, in order to smash and dash, do realize that's what it is. Because I see a lot of you sisters that date these men, but I don't see a lot of you sisters, and that's number 3, married to these men. Those are the 3 reasons why women from the States, especially our sisters, often go back to the States when it comes to a mate. A, they want the expensive man. B, since the man can't afford them, they end up having to foot the bill for the hotels, the meals, the movies, and even the condoms when they're in foreign countries. That leads you on to C, nobody's marrying you. Yes, there's a few sisters here and there that some foreign brother or foreign guy has married. Congratulations to you. But normally, many of you, and if I want to add a bonus to it, many of you, nobody's even checking for the American woman outside of trying to get some money from you. In other words, sexually, you're not the cup of tea around the world. White woman, you're skinny. You're either too skinny to compete with the European white girls, or you're too fat to compete with the European white girls. You're too skinny to compete with the Asian girls, or you're too fat, white girl, to compete with the Asian girls. Sisters, you're either too fat to compete with the South American women, or you're too fat to compete with the women around the world. Yes, there are a few of you that come down here and you're highly attractive, but that's not the norm. Most of you wobble off the plane, not walk off the plane. I'm not trying to insult you ladies, but what I am saying is number 4 is nobody's checking for you. And that's why many of you women, whether you black or white, or no matter what color, we're going to see today that women are extremely, extremely lonely. When they move to these other countries by themselves, and now they got to form, once again, one thing that they didn't want to have, girl groups. Now they got to go to other countries and look for girl groups in that country of a new language that have their own girl groups. And now you're trying to be a foreigner or a foreign woman joining the ladies' girl groups in this new country. When you left America and you said, I'm going to find my Boaz, I'm going to find my man, and now you're stuck in the same scenario you were in the United States. Girl groups. Let's continue on with the shout outs though. We're going to get to the video. Enough of my rambling. This is going to be a live stream where Andre does very little talking. We're going to let my man do the talking today. And shout out to Bobby Coltrane being in the building. First of all, numero uno. Shout out to you. And my man Rico is in the building. Good evening to you, kind sir. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Mad Max, that Indiana, the Boilermaker himself, is in the building. Shout out to you, brother. And shout out to my man David Dice of the Dice family. He say family, big brother Andre and Miss Spence Andrea. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. See you. Oh, countdown. Countdown, Max. Okay, deal. Deal. That's my man right there. Shout out to my man Gary. Also, my man David Dice of the Dice family, once again, giving shout outs. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel by way of PayPal, Cash App, and Super Chats, as well as supporting the channel by way of the purchasing of the book. So we're going to talk about that. Shout out to you guys. My man GJ is in the building. Appreciate you being here. Yes, sir. And my man Tolanius is in the building. Hope that I pronounced that correctly. He say, what's good, Andre, in the chat. Shout out to you, my man Evan, once again with the $5 love. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. T-Mac is here. Salute to you as well, kind sir. Salute to you as well. Ronin Travels, man, I was trying to get done with my last stream yesterday to get over to see you guys. I just wanted to be in the background and just see you guys over there on Black Man's Travel. Black Man's Travel. Shout out to my man Aaron and the Passport Bro movement. Make sure you guys download the Passport Bro app. I'm talking about the one that's black and with green letters. Not all these other fake ones, but it's all black background with green and white letters. Make sure you download. It's absolutely free. And there is so much information that you gather when it comes to your travel to other countries. I'm telling you, man, we're sharing so much information on the Passport Bro app. Shout out to my man Aaron Ferris with that. And Passport Brother Receipts channel. Shout out to you. If you have a channel, brother, do me a favor. If you have a YouTube channel, all you guys, you know what the drill is. Drop the link to your channel so we can subscribe. We don't have anybody but each other, gentlemen. We have to subscribe and build the and bring in the algorithm by supporting each other. Eventually, those on the outside of us will start watching our platforms. But initially, we got to subscribe to each other's channels. So make sure you subscribe to, if you drop the link, as I mentioned, if you got a positive channel. Now, if you on some arguing back and forth panels type of thing, don't drop your channel. Ain't nobody gonna subscribe. But if you are a positive channel that's doing some great things and showcasing maleness in a positive way, make sure you drop the link to your channel. Don't hesitate, don't wait. Drop the link so we all can subscribe, man. That's very important. We want to support each other. There are very few YouTubers that emphasize drop your channel as much as I do. You are not going to find too many YouTubers that be on your case about dropping your channel so we all can subscribe. We got 56 people in the building. There should be at least 56 people subscribing to each other's channels. Shout out to you guys once again. My man FBA is in the building. Shout out to you. FBAJ, salute to you as well, kind sir. Salute to you as well. Shout out to you being in the building. Also, let me scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, I think I got everybody right there. Cortez Smith of the Smith family in the year of our Lord 2025 AD is in the building. Shout out to you, brother. And my man Growth is in the building. Shout out to you, Cole, for being here, man. Appreciate you. And Tim is in the building. What are we doing right tonight? We got Tim in the building. What's up to you as well? And we got them 313 boys. You know how them Detroit boys do.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from
Detroit, Michigan.
Don't play with me.
Don't play with them Detroit boys. You know how we get. You know how we act in public. Shout out to you, my man 0 milligram in the building. Hola, hola, hola. Them DC boys, them DMV boys, them DC, Maryland, Virginia boys are in the building once again. Shout out to you, brother. I'm so glad that you're here. LJV, Southern Vegan, is in the building. Salute to you as well, kind sir. Salute to you as well. And shout out to you. I'm glad you guys are giving shout outs to each other. My man HR Ferguson of the Ferguson family is in the building. Appreciate you being here, brother. He says, good evening, everyone, and hit that like button. Yes, sir. Hit that like button, because you already know when you hit the like button what's going to happen.
Oprah coming next.
Watch, when you hit that like button, Oprah coming next.
I established this as a place of truth?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have established this channel as a place of truth. If we ain't done nothing else on Love Crossing Borders, people know they can come to this channel for the truth. Shout out to you guys, whether they like it or not. It's Jay Clyde in the building. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate my brother being here. I love when the Medellin brothers show up for us Cali brothers, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. And shout out to my brother. He said, Andre, it's Terlanius. Write that down again, because I wrote it down before. Get it together, Andre. Get it together. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Mrs. Spence. Andre told me to get it together. Oh yeah, I'll be serious about writing stuff down, man. I don't be y'all be thinking I just be saying I'm gonna do something just to say it. No. There we go. Or is it Terlonius? It could be Terlonius. Like a lone. Like Lone or Lone Ranger. Shout out to old school Lone Ranger. Terlonius. All right, and you know what? I'm going to look the term Terlonius up. That's going to help me out as well. Terlonius. All right, thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Also, man, let me scroll down to my man Kojo being in the building. He say most foreign men only want to take American women on a drive and not to be their bride. It's kind of crazy and sad that you made a good point because no matter where the women are going, there are so many women there. I mean, I think the problem with our sisters is this. They don't, because we are, and I'm not saying anything against the sisters, because I'm saying this, white women are going through this too. Because in the United States, we are raised in a bubble. I like to say a snow globe. We shake it up and it looks pretty. The United States always looks pretty to us, right? But even though you shake up the snow globe, you can barely see what's inside of it. And if anybody lived inside of a snow globe, they can barely see what's on the outside of it. You see what my point is? If you shake up a snow globe and all that snow goes around, you can barely see what's inside the globe if it's when it first shakes up. But if you lived inside of a globe like we do in the United States, you can barely see what's on the outside of a snow globe. We live in a snow globe in the United States. It's always shook up to keep us from seeing everything that we're supposed to see, right? So it is with the ladies. As we're discovering sisters in Panama, sisters in Cambodia, sisters in Brazil, sisters in Colombia and Peru, we're discovering that as men. Well, women in the States and in the UK and Canada are discovering they thought they had competition in the States. So many of them figure if I leave the States, if I leave UK, if I leave Colombia, or I leave United States, I don't have, or Canada, I don't have that much competition until they get to Panama and they see how many sisters are down there. Till they get to Colombia and they see how many sisters are down there. When they get to Honduras, when they get to Belize, when they get to DR, when they get to Cambodia, when they get to Brazil, they realize, oh my God. I know only in the States they had competition, but think about it. 70% of women in the United States, no matter what race, are obese. So the competition in the States was, you a fat girl, I'm a fat girl, we're all fat girls. So all it was about was, do I got a pretty face? And can I make my fat girl curvy thick in the United States? As long as my fatness makes me look thick, I'm good in the United States, because the rest of this girl, hers is in her stomach. She's a fat girl. Hers shows in her stomach. But some girls feel like, since my fatness doesn't show in my stomach and it only shows in my thighs and my butt, I'm not fat. Until they get to Panama and see what women look like that walk around all day long and got real thickness and go to the gym and eat healthy foods. And then they get to Colombia and they see how these Afro-Colombian sisters look with no weave and they looking good with giant afros, or hair going down there all the way past their breasts and it ain't no weave. They get to Brazil and they get to see real butts without a butt lift. They get to Cambodia and they get a chance to see real sisters of Asian descent. You can't compete. Now they start to realize, I thought I couldn't compete in the States. Now they're feeling like, oh my God, I can't compete with these Panamanian women. And here's the other competition that she's going to mention on the video. Now the American women have to compete for American men in other countries. She's going to mention, when you guys, with no matter what race, color, creed, when you go to another country, you can smash American sisters and the foreign chicks. So while you're in Panama, you beating the brakes off of foreign chicks. And then if you got them earthy girls, like you're going to see the one today, when you see them earthy chicks that keep their body tight in the States, and now they're traveling, now you can smash them earthy chicks that's from the States and the chick in Colombia. So you smashing sisters in Brazil, but you can smash the sister that's coming from the States because she horny as can be and ain't nobody checking for her and she ain't had no sex in 3 months. And so as soon as you act like, with your English, act like you want to show her some attention, she gonna throw that leg that way and that leg this way. And the lady's gonna mention this in the video. She gonna say, American men, no matter where you go, you got to, you can choose whoever you want to. That's why I kind of like, I'm so adamant when it comes to when we are getting drugged and when we're getting robbed by these foreign women, because you foreign men, especially men from the United States and UK and Canada, you're the cream of the crop. I don't see how we're getting drugged. Oh, I see. We're being irresponsible because it ain't the fact that we can't get no coochie. She confirms this in this video. We're going to watch this video. She confirms that American men can sleep with whoever he wants to. So whenever you guys get got, it ain't the foreign women's fault only. It's your fault for not believing in you and thinking you can get regular women, and you always got to do pay for play. Once again, we have nothing against pay for play on this channel. But at the end of the day, if your pay for play movements are so sporadic that it gets you in trouble, you need to start messing with regular women, because the regular women want you too. Shout out to all you guys out here. Shout out to my man once again being in the building. Shout out to Montrez being here. Shout out to you, brother. He said, what's good, Dre? He said, back with another live stream. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Jay Anderson, the great. Do not leave out the great. He said, LBC Love Crossing Borders in the building. Salute to grown man chat. Yes, sir. Here, chat lives matter. He said, Andre and Andre, Love Crossing Borders. Appreciate you, Dre. Appreciate you guys too, as well as my man, Mr. Rhythm in the building with the $5 love. Shout out to Mr. Rhythm. He shout out to all the brothers choosing peace over chaos and Be More. Shout out to them Be More boys. I used to love Be More. Woo. I had me a baddie in Be More. I mean a baddie. She was black and Irish. Green eyes, deep dish dimples, body by Fisher. For all you Detroit dudes, you know what body by Fisher is. Fisher is the plant back in the day, the company, the automotive plant that used to build the cars parts for Chrysler, Ford, and GM. And so when you get in a car that was built back in the 70s and 80s, on the side of it was like a little plate, and it said this body, the body part or that car part, like the door. Let's say that door was made, and it would say the body was made by Fisher. And so in Detroit, we used to say when a female was fine, oh, dude, she got a body by Fisher. She got a body by Fisher, meaning it was perfection. And so whenever you guys hear me say, man, yeah, she got a body by Fisher, you know what I mean. So, man, Be More, body by Fisher. Shout out to Be More. My man, Passport Bros Receipts in the building once again. And my man, Tory Brown of the Brown family is here as well, gentlemen. Shout out to them Chi-Town boys.
And you say Shot City, Shot City, Shot City.
Shout out to the Chi-Town. Yes, sir. Love you too, brother. I got nothing but love and appreciation for you guys. My man, Global Homie, is in the building. He say blessings. He say they reject men at home. True. But chase them overseas. That's the oxymoron of it. They talk so greasy about men while in the States, but yet once we go overseas, they're the main ones that want to follow you to Cartagena. The main ones that have been following you to Medellin. They've been following you to Thailand and moving to Thailand. Dude, it is a humongous movement among black women and white women that are moving to Thailand. They found out about y'all going to Thailand. Y'all kept posting y'all videos and talk about come here. And now they're moving to Thailand. And now, so it is with Panama. For all you brothers that be in Panama. Shout out to you guys. And here we go. Let's see if I can get this. Thelonious. Oh, I got that. It's just Thelonious with the tur in front of it. Thelonious Monk. Oh, like Thelonious Monk. Okay, cool. The jazz performer. Yes, sir. Thelonious. Okay, so Thelonious. Did I get it right? Thelonious. I thought I had it before. Shout out to you. I got it, bueno. Okay, cool. Let me see who else I missed. I think I got Global Homie. Shout out to Global Homie in the building. He said, remember Dr. Sister in the 90s, on 90 Day Fiance, who funded her DR man. I was looking at that one today, actually. That's the crazy part. I know exactly who you're talking about. The sister was from Atlanta, and the DR dude was from a small town in DR, Mr. Pretty Boy. And she brought him to the States, and he divorced her. And yet he was able, I guess Trump probably kicked him out by now, but he was able to stay in the States with his green card. And yet he left her over disrespect to him and his family. Absolutely correct. I remember that one. I was watching that one today. My man, Black Empowerment 01 in the building. Shout out to you, brother, being here. The International Quiet Storm is in the building, gentlemen. He said, I went to Brazil in 2002, back in the day, long before there was a passport bro movement. There was a passport bro movement. He said 2002, he said I was on the beach in Rio with sand on. He said 2 American black women or average black women walked by, not huge, but definitely overweight. As they passed by, I heard one of them say, we got to get our ish together. Ooh. These sisters are starting to realize either you're gonna go to these other countries, you're gonna have to start walking, going to a gym, eating healthy. Your competition in these other countries are not 70% fat girls. Not on the continent of Africa, not on the continent of Europe, not in Southeast Asia. You might be able to go to Samoan Islands and have a little competition, but they may be thick girls, but they cute. But you can't compete with Samoan. If you can't compete with the Samoan sisters, how you gonna compete with Afro-Colombian sisters? How you gonna compete with Brazilian sisters, Peruvian sisters, Argentinian sisters? I don't see how you gonna do it. I'm happy to see women traveling more than men. I kid you not. But when it comes to mating, love, and life, they're way behind us, guys. $20 on the pay. Let me go check on PayPal. I'm sorry, brothers. I'm sorry. I haven't even checked on everything. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for letting me know. Yep, and poor man 313 said, yep, I saw that yesterday. I saw you as I was doing research, that video with the chicken DR that came up. So that's what made me kind of like think about that one. That's exactly what made me think about that one. Shout out to my man with the $20 love. Appreciate you, Kojo, over here on PayPal, showing some love, man. Appreciate you. Before we go any further, guys, we got some housekeeping to do, some homework to do. Let me pull this up on the screen before we get to the video. Let me pull this up on the screen. When it comes to the Black Manosphere Conclave, the hotel has been announced. So we're going to go to the Conclave first. Screen share. Let's go to the event. All right. We know the Black Manosphere Conclave is going to be coming up in September. So let me pull this down, remove this from stage. And there we go. Let's bring this back up and then bring this back up. All right. Let me move me out of the way. We got the Black Manosphere Conclave coming up. Shout out to my man Travel 2 in the building. He said passport, black men and women getting used overseas because they can't get along to save their lives. No, it's the sisters that's going through that. Us brothers, most of us aren't Pookies and Ray Rays. I know that in the States, they try to sell it like most of us are Pookies and Ray Rays when it comes to traveling to other countries. I got you. Seriously, we understand. Remember I said United States, what did I say? Snow globe. You shake up the globe, what happens while you're shaking it? You can barely see what's on the inside of it, right? Well, if you're inside of a snow globe, that also means you can barely see what's on the outside. United States is a snow globe and you're in it. And you can only see so much on the outside. Why do you think I don't do panels with Americans? I'm gonna say this again. It's been a while since you guys have seen me on a panel with some Americans. You know why? You can only see so much if you're in the snow globe. With all the snow floating around, it blinds you. The bubbles, it blinds you. You don't know nothing about the rest of the one thing I can say about Americans, I can say this with ease, and most of us can confirm this. Most of us in America have not been told the correct information about most countries. We know very, very little about most countries, and we know very little about how our brothers and sisters and others travel to most countries. Black people in the States barely know anything about white people traveling to other countries. Black people in the United States got so many myths about white people that travel to other countries and don't know nothing. We who are out here know a lot about our white brothers and sisters that are traveling compared to black people in the United States. You don't know nothing about Latin people that travel. You know very little about Asian people that travel. They don't tell us nothing. If you don't know nothing about them people that travel, if they travel the most, our small group of black sisters and brothers, you people back in the States, y'all really don't know nothing about us. Unless you're out here on the other side of the snow globe. I kid you not, they sell it, and I'm not talking directly to you, brother. I'm just talking in general. But because I see that you travel too, right? So I know you know what I'm talking about. I'm preaching to the choir. But when it comes to people in the United States that watch our channels, watch Ace Live, that watch a Check and Effect, that watch Richie Mack, people in the States don't know what the hell they're looking at and don't know what they're talking about. I said twice. People in the States, in the snow globe, don't know what the hell they're looking at and don't know what they're talking about. That's why I don't go on panels with people in the States, because I used to do it, and half the time I'm looking at them like, that's wrong. What she just said is wrong. What he said was incorrect. Statistically, what they just said was incorrect. And when I would say something that was factually, they would try to shout me down for knowing the truth. Why? Because Americans are raised in a snow globe. Every country knows something about our country. You notice that? But very few of us know really something about most other countries. Every country can tell you something about America, but America can only tell you some bullshit about other countries. I tell y'all this, seriously, the only time America ever shows us any country since I was a kid, the only time you will see a country in America to this day since I was a kid, and some of you older dudes that's in your 50s can attest to what I'm saying, when it was only 4 channels on television that far back, when you had to use the pliers, tap, 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 that far back. I'm talking about when you had to have a hanger for an antenna that far back. When you got a big TV that was on the floor that was made of wood that was heavy as can be, and you thought you had something that far back. I'm telling you, the only time Walter Cronkite and all the other news headlines to this day ever showed me as a kid and showed you as an adult about another country, it has to be a conflict or something has to do with something oppressive that's going on. Like an explosion went off in Spain. Other than that, they ain't telling you nothing about no Spain. Okay. Before the war in Iraq, how much did y'all know about Iraq? Okay, if we wasn't beefing with Russia during the Cold War, how much would you know about Russia? Other than us beefing with them, what do you know about Russia? I'm not talking about you guys because of travel. I'm talking about what America exposes to us, the limitation of what America exposes. Now America beefing with certain countries on the continent of Africa. If it wasn't for that beef, you wouldn't even know about that country in Africa. You wouldn't even know about the Congo. If it wasn't for apartheid, you wouldn't even know about South Africa. You didn't even know there was a country called South Africa. You thought South Africa was literally just southern part of Africa. You didn't know there was an actual South Africa until apartheid, until Nelson Mandela. Unless there's a conflict or something that is attacking or demonstrative going on in that particular country, America will never, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart because I've never seen it to this day, America will never introduce you to another country except for a conflict. They don't even introduce you to their right-hand man. That's Israel. That's America's little brother, little sister. Outside of conflict, when the last time you heard us talk about Israel? What about Palestine? Outside of conflict, what about, name the country in the Middle East that we talk about outside of conflict? Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Qatar. Name them. Dubai. There is no commercials or hyping up a Dubai. You learn Dubai because you travel. Don't act like you learn Dubai in the States. And when they do talk about Dubai, what do they talk about? Girls going over there getting peed on. They getting defecated on. Girls going over there getting paid to get They don't talk about nothing else, do they? But girls getting that's how they introduce you to Dubai in the United States. Yeah, girls going over there getting defecated on, don't they? When the last time you heard America do a positive commercial on any country? We don't do positive commercials on Canada. Canada don't mess with nobody. If you've never been to Canada, you have been missing out on one of the most beautiful countries on the planet. Canada is nothing but beauty. They don't mess with nobody. Canada and Switzerland, they ain't messing with nobody. To start beef with any of them two countries is like, what are you doing? When was the last time you saw a come to Quebec and you see all these beautiful French sisters? I'm from Detroit. I've been around those French sisters from Quebec. Come to Montreal, which is the largest festival in the world. Not those festivals we have in the States, not the European festival. No, the Montreal Jazz Festival, not the one in Rio. The Montreal Jazz Festival is the world's largest celebration every year. Nobody comes close to it. You can look it up. Dre, you lying. Look it up. Look it up. But America doesn't tell you that. You think Brazil was number one, didn't you? You thought the Brazilian festival. No, Brazilian is up there, but Montreal. You thought it was the festivals in Europe with the white boys jumping up and down with the house music. Montreal. But America ain't gonna tell you that. You live in a snow globe. I lived in a snow globe. Until I got out the snow globe, I didn't know all this stuff. So just like it is for us, you're going to see on the live stream today, why sisters are crashing out in other countries, because they were raised in the same snow globe that we were raised in. Shout out to my man Style King in the building. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Americans are a lick for every foreign country. I can't tell. I've been living in a foreign country. I ain't been a lick. Let's get away from me. I know several dudes that ain't never got. I know several women that have been coming to South America, been going to all these other, ain't never got. I know men that are solo travelers, ain't never got. I know women that have been solo traveling for the longest, ain't never got. No matter what race, color, we ain't never got. The only time you Americans, you Canadians, you get got for the most part, give you a perfect example. Asian dude, white dude, walking down the street in Parque Yer, in Laureles, in Medellin. Boom. 3 o'clock in the morning, true story. I think we did a little video on this. 3 o'clock in the morning. Just recently. I'll say it again. 3 o'clock in the morning, you got your happy walking through Medellin, Colombia. 3 o'clock in the morning. I ain't walking through Chicago at 3 o'clock in the morning. Detroit, St. Louis. I'm not walking through Savannah, Georgia at 3 o'clock in the morning. Name the nicest town in the United States. Over there where my man Mad Max is. Over there by Lafayette, Indiana. I ain't walking through Lafayette, Indiana. It ain't nothing but corn and windmills over there at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not walking through the area Lafayette. I'm not walking through the area of Notre Dame in Elkhart, Indiana at 3 o'clock in the morning. We're talking about some small, regular, quiet towns. I'm not walking through LA at 3 o'clock in the morning. I ain't walking through San Diego at 3 o'clock in the morning in the areas I ain't got no business being in. You might as well forget that. These dudes walking through Laureles, and Laureles is a nice area, 3 o'clock in the morning. They see two chicks in a pizza shop, 3 o'clock in the morning. Walk over to the pizza shop. Start hollering at the chicks, eating pizza, cack. 3 o'clock in the morning. Chicks say, let's go back to your Airbnb. 3 o'clock in the morning. They take the chicks back to their Airbnb. We got drinks. 3 o'clock in the morning. Chicks making drinks. They laughing and giggling. 3 o'clock in the morning. By the time 3 o'clock in the afternoon hit, that's when these dudes wake up from the scopolamine. That's when they discover $10,000 worth of computers gone. Passports gone. Credit cards gone. By the time they wake up, $25,000 in crypto gone. You don't become a lick unless you put yourself in a position. Let's put it like this. Let me be graphic with it. Even pussy don't become a lick until you open it up. You open yourself up to get papaya in all these other countries, you could get licked. Me and Andre been to Europe, plan on going back. We knew we ain't gonna be walking through France at 3 o'clock in the morning, no matter how Eiffel the tower is. That's the most Eiffelest tower you gonna find. We ain't walking to the Eiffel Tower at no 3 o'clock in the morning. Rome, we ain't roaming through Rome at 3 o'clock in the motherfucking morning. You do that. Us? Hell no. We ain't gonna be getting punked in Portugal at 3 o'clock in the morning. So no matter where you go, a lot of times you guys gotta admit we are setting ourselves up for the lick. You can't lick no unless it opens itself up to get licked. You keep opening yourself up to become a lick, you just like a you opened up to get licked. You just like a you opening yourself up to get licked. You know, they said Colombia don't give papaya. I thought I had to make it like Americans can understand. I'm serious, guys. Don't nobody get got for the most part. Every once in a while, you will see somebody get robbed. Like, hey, man, they caught me slipping, man. You know, it happens. It happens to us all. I've been robbed in the States, and I've done robbing. I'm gonna say this again. I got guns pulled on me in the States, and I done pulled guns on people in the States. Check it in. You know Detroit. You know us. Check it in. Gotta have that, dog. Check it in. I gotta have. I'm sorry, dog. We be apologizing while we robbing. I'm sorry, dog. You gotta check that in, dog. Sorry, bro. I know we both black. Yeah, brother. Okay, brother. Come on, them shoes, dog. Let me get that wallet, dog, real quick. You take too long. I done robbed, and I've been robbed in the States. In other words, I was in position, I put myself out, and I went out. Every time I look back when I got robbed, I was in a geographical location. I had cut through an area, walking. I was out during a certain time that was robbery hours or a robbery location. I'm cutting through back alleys in Detroit. Oh, you trying to get robbed, Dre? I'm walking through the projects at 2 o'clock in the morning in Detroit. Oh, back in the day. Oh, you trying to get robbed, Dre? You trying to get robbed? I'm all on the west side as an east sider. I got my butt, man, they stripped my butt down to draws. Oh, let me get all that. Let me get all that, little fella. Remember the term back in the day, little fella? Let me get all that, little fella. Let me get all that. Let me check it in, dog. Man, I had on overall. I had my money right here. You know, remember the overalls, the stonewashed overalls? Man, I had my overalls on, and I gave my man the money out of my pocket, right, man? Oh, man, y'all some bullshit. I'm thinking to myself, I hope that this money sufficed them, right? But they was worried I had something on me after I had one of them things on me. So they was like, it was me and my dog. They was like, nah, dog, y'all gotta take them clothes off, dog. I'm looking like, If I had on regular pants, I would have been good, right? I got on overalls. True story. Man, I unstrapped them overalls. In the front of the overalls, it folds down. Man, it was like they hit the lottery. Man, just bundles of money just was falling. What could I do? As many people that I've been robbing, many houses that I broke into. What could I do? I had to check it in. Yeah, I got stripped down and I'm an east sider. I know I'm on the worst side of the west side. I ain't got no business over here. I knew I could have got shot before I even landed on that side of the west side. I opened myself up. I got back in the States. So most of the time I got robbed, it was never a surprise when anytime I got robbed, it was never like, man, they stopped me on the way to church. No. Man, somebody stopped me on the way to work. No. Man, they got me going to the grocery store. No. I was always doing something somewhere where I shouldn't have been, where I shouldn't have been walking in that area, or I shouldn't have even been out that time of night in that type of neighborhood, or I shouldn't have been on that side of town. I was doing the exact. So when you dudes come to Colombia and y'all go to these other countries and y'all get robbed, I have no sympathy for you because I know what it's like to get robbed several times over. And most of the time, we're either somewhere we ain't got nowhere to be at a time period where we shouldn't have been there. Where we shouldn't have even been there. Or we're dealing with people that we should not even have been around. Those are the three things: wrong place, wrong time, wrong people. If you can just master that, you good in Colombia. I ain't never came close to a robbery. Ain't came close. Here y'all go. Check it out. Another true story in Medellin. Shout out to Medellin. I think this was Medellin. I think Medellin and Cartagena. I think it was. Was it Cartagena? Check it out. Dude lands in Colombia on a plane. Got his little girlfriend, right? He good. So he brings his little girlfriend from the States and they land in Medellin. He got his little gold chain on. He got a little roly on his arm. They jump in a taxi. My man, they got the windows down, right? They riding by motorcycle dudes, the bandits. I forgot the term that they use in Colombia for the young kids on the bikes, right? These kids see the shimmer of his gold chain. And while he playing with his cell phone, they see the cell phone and the shimmer of the watch. Do you know these young bucks, one bike jumped in front of the taxi. Taxi driver had to stop. Couldn't pull back because the other bike jumped behind the dude. Ran up on the dude. Went to snatch his chain. My man in a taxi trying to tussle over a dang chain instead of giving this man his ragged ass chain. They get him for the Rolex. They get him for the cell phone. Run to the other side. Remember what I said about Colombian women? Don't mess with you foreign dudes. That's irresponsible. Why? Because, and I'm gonna say this again, a lot of Colombian women don't like foreign men because a lot of y'all move irresponsibly. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong people. So a lot of Colombian women, the regular ones, they want to analyze and they betting us. Why? Because if you go to the wrong place at the wrong time, around the wrong people, you get robbed. Guess who else gets robbed? They walked their ass to the other side of the taxi and robbed her for all her ish. This was the Colombiana that met him at the airport. She's so excited. My boo is here. My American boo is here. Little did she know, she was about to get robbed too, because she was with this American fool who put himself in a position when everybody knows, don't be bringing y'all to South America with all that gold and rollies and all that and cell phone up here and the windows in the taxis are down. If you don't roll those windows up, dude, you will not see me riding in no taxi in Colombia, windows down. Why? Because the motos This is what they do. They wait till the light turn green, reach into your taxi, grab your phone, take off. They stand there, they sitting right there, right next to the taxi, acting like they, oh wow, can't wait for the light to change. Man, as soon as that light turns yellow, because you know Colombia, they have a yellow light before it turns green. Where in the States, we only have a yellow light when it gets ready to turn red, right? Man, they be snatching y'all phones out them taxis. Gone. All you had to do was roll the window up or keep your happy. You want to sightsee, you want your phone on. Oh my God, I'm in Medellin. Look at me, I'm in Medellin, mama. They tell me nothing. And y'all get caught every time. Doing the wrong thing at the wrong place at the wrong time around the wrong people. And I did it in the States, so don't try to act like it's a stateside thing and y'all doing it in other countries. And that's why I don't do it in other countries. I don't do all that. I don't be showboating. I don't be showboating around here, man. I got nice watches too. I got nice watches just like y'all got nice watches. I know there are watches that I could walk with in other countries, or watches I gotta be in my tinted vehicle where I'm driving to wear. If I ain't driving, I ain't wearing it. But y'all go ahead and blame the other countries. I didn't blame the dudes on the west side for robbing me. I didn't blame the dudes that robbed me on the east side, because every time I ever got robbed in the D, I noticed I was doing the wrong thing at the wrong place at the wrong time. And some of you guys that get got by these ladies in other countries, you might as well suck that ish up and stop crying and blame the lady in other countries when you know at 3 o'clock in the morning, you ain't got no business inviting some strange int to your Airbnb. You know it, but you want to come to other these countries and play dumb, play stupid games. What type of prizes you get? Stupid prizes. The prizes that you can't be surprised about. Shout out to my man Theo. What? Theo just a new member? I always thought Theo was a member. Shout out to Theo in the building. We got a good one, Theo. We're going to Panama today. Shout out to all you guys. He said, I'll be in Cali in a few days. All right. Hit me up, brother. He said, a local girl got plans for me to hike. Oh, yeah. Oh. Hey, she ain't lying, bro. I told you, man, my boy did it a couple days. Let's put it like this. After you get done hiking up and down Tres Cruces, because you're going to get there like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, right? Because you got to beat the sun coming down. If you going up at 9 o'clock in the morning, I feel sorry for y'all, brother. Remember to remind her, baby, we got to be there at 6 o'clock, 6:30. You want to be there when the sun just up, brother, because I am telling you, if you trying to walk up and down that mountain at 8 o'clock, oh, it's going to be tough treading, because that sun going to be coming down on you like the Sahara Desert. You supposed to be halfway down the mountain at that time. It's going to take you an hour and a half to get up. Don't think that it's going to be like, oh, wow, it's right up there. Shh. The way those rocks are set up, you are hiking. You are hiking, just like the one in Medellin. You are hiking. But you will have a good time. But you going to sleep later on. You going to eat, and you going to sleep the rest of the day away. It is an exercise, but, man, it's so good to walk up to Tres Cruces. And it will amaze you once you get to the top, how many people you see up there like, what the hell? And how many? Oh, it's going to be some baddies. Oh, that's another thing. We're going to keep you motivated while you climbing up. Dude, you ain't going to see nothing but 100 of baddies upon baddies coming down and going up. Bodies by Fisher, because they so used to hiking that mountain. Ain't nothing but them exercise gym chicks. That's what you're going to be see. Ain't going to be, it's going to be nothing but baddies. That's one thing I can say. Shout out to my man Passport, bro. Podcast in the building. My man Rob. Shout out to my man Rob. Good dude. Good dude. Make sure you drop the link to your channel, Rob, so we all can subscribe. He said, I used to live in Hawaii. He said, with a bunch of Samoans. He said they can't compete with the women over there. I know that. Over the women over there, especially when they can help produce 3 to 5 star athletes. That's for real. That is serious. Shout out to the Samoan families and population out there. I think I've got just about everybody. What it is? I hope I say that right. Shout out to Curtis Mathis TV. Shout out to you, brother. If you have a YouTube channel, guys, do us a favor. Drop the link to your channel. And before we go to the video, guys, we're going to head back over to talk about, I'm going to change the music. We're going to talk about the Black Manosphere Conclave, gentlemen. We've got in-house business to talk about, because in September, starting the 5th through the 8th, you guys need to be there at the Conclave. I said you guys need to be there. We had a great time. This is Black Manosphere Conclave number 5. Let me change this music real quick, guys, for us. Here we go. All right. Now let's move me out of the way and move the comments out of the way. Once again, shout out to HR for. He said I used to live in Savannah. He said, but you better not walk out there at night. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And also thank you to Theo. I'm about to give you a shout out in a second, Theo. All right, let's go to the Black Manosphere Conclave. Let's blow this up a little bit so it could be a little bit more clear for us, gentlemen. All right, let's move this out of the way. Right here, we got the Black. This is number 4. Last year in Houston, you guys missed a great event. Over 300 Black men coming together. Whether it be you're watching virtual, so you can watch the virtual events, 3-day event, or many of us were there at the event. Got to hear the testimonies of many. Dennis Spurling was the speaker there, the keynote speaker there. Many of us spoke. I spoke on how to make America your second home and not your only home. This is a 3-day event in Miami. Yes, sir, gentlemen, in Miami. So now you go and register for your tickets. Absolutely. I love the fact that they got a payment plan right here. So no excuse. No excuse. $22 a month. No excuse, gentlemen. You can get the Hitman ticket, the CIA like Kevin Samuels ticket. You can get the Blue Henry ticket. Shout out to you guys. That gives you access to a lot more things. You get the HVM ticket. Yes, sir. Those high value men. This is the virtual access pass. Let's say you just can't make it out there, but you can watch it from online at home. You could do the virtual conclave pass. And that's only $40. It's only $40. Come on, man. You tell me you can't afford $40 a month. That's your cigar money right there. And this FBI pass is for the few ladies that want to show up. So they got a pass for the ladies. Yes, sir. And let's say you just want a basic pass. You want to come there, enjoy yourself. You want the basic pass. So how did you hear about it? If you're watching Obsidian show, you click Obsidian. If you have heard about it through Theo's and Theo's classes, shout out to Theo, you will go here. If you've been following Shannon Rawls on the Black Manosphere websites as well as his YouTube channel, click here. If you just found it through Google search, whether it be a friend told you about it, if you were watching El Guapo, Beautiful Lies, you will put that right there. In your case, you were watching Love Crossing Borders, and you got Zoom to Thailand. So you would click on Love Crossing Borders, and then you would add to cart. You would check out. None now are free. Yes, I want enhance his ticket. Like if you want to add somebody else on, shout out to those guys. But okay, where am I going to stay? I'm at the event. I'm at the 5th annual Black Manosphere Conclave event, right? You're happy. Everything is going great. And then you say to yourself, and let's go back here for a second. You say to yourself, okay, the first day is Obsidian Ali's, Muammar Obsidian Ali's experience. That's the first day event. Shout out to you, Obsidian. I'm going to have the Obsidian on the show shortly in regards to his books. But where do we stay? All right, they've already made the announcement regarding the hotel. And also, we got 50% off of the online purchases, such as the ebooks and the e-courses when it comes to the Black Manosphere. So make sure you become a member as well. So right here is the main event. The Miami Convention Center is going to be hosted by the Hyatt Regency Hotel downtown Hyatt Regency. So if you want to know where you want to book your hotel from the 5th through the 7th, if I'm not mistaken, through the 7th, downtown Miami, really nice area, great deal. Price is only $179 a night. That's a great deal. This is a really nice hotel too. So you guys will go right here. I'm going to drop the link. You know Andre. You already know Andre. I'm going to drop both links. Let me copy that. I'm going to drop the link. If Quiet Storm hasn't already dropped the links as well, so let me drop the link for both of them. Here we go. This is the event link and the hotel link that I'm going to be dropping. And let's finish looking at that before we go to the video. All right, so it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. So to let you guys know, it's not Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Many of you guys want to fly out on Sunday, but you want to fly in at least on Wednesday or Thursday. So remember, guys, it's those 3 nights that you want to get your hotel room. And then you maybe want to fly out on Sunday. So it lets you know what the amenities are. And here is the area that is in by the Bay Shore area. If anybody that's been to Miami, Bay Shore is where you get a lot of shopping done, a lot of good restaurants around there. It's right by the convention stadium. I've been to, it's also by the same location where the Miami Heat plays. It's all in this area right here. The Intercontinental in Miami is right in this area as well. So I've been down this area at least. I've been here to this area, this beach area, at least 20 times. So it's right by the beach. Everything is in walking distance. You got over here, you're really close to Ocean Drive and Collins Avenue, where all the clubs are. Great nightclub called the Clevelander. If you guys want a great club, the Clevelander is a great club in Miami that's right in this area. So just in case you know what the area, wonder what the area looks like, this is what the rooms look like. Come on, guys. These are what the rooms look like. So yes, sir. And of course, you could get double beds as well. So if you need a double bed, like myself, all right, we got the pool, so you can relax by the pool when you get a chance after being at the Conclave and eating. You got a dining area. You got a gym, so you keep fit. And then you got more information right here. So I've dropped the links, gentlemen. Make sure that you get down to the Black Manosphere Conclave 2025 in Miami. And this is the link right here as well for the hotel. I'm going to drop that link one more time. Shout out to all you guys that are here. And I look forward to seeing all you guys at the Black Manosphere Conclave. And like I said before, let's go back here. And once again, let's look at 2025 cart. But let's go here, register. Let's go to register. Oh, that was good. Let's go back to cart. And no, let's go here. I want to go here. Remember, ticket. If you use the platform that they have here, you've got monthly installments, dude. You got monthly installments. So you don't, if you ain't got the $250 right now, you know you got bills to take care of. No problem, big man. You got monthly installments. Now realize it's a countdown. That means prices will change as the months continue on. So if you think that these prices are going to be the same in a couple months, what did Fat Joe say? Today's prices ain't yesterday's prices, and yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. Yes, sir. And if you guys want to see Theo and be part of Class 7, I'm going to say that again. All you guys that are signing up for Theo's classes, when it comes to cloud engineering, when it comes to AWS with Amazon, or whether it be Google If you guys want to sign up for cloud, if you sign up for your cloud engineering, one of your first classes, take it from us from last year, one of your first classes is going to be at the Black Manosphere Conclave. So if you're thinking like, well, I'll get to it when I get to it. Remember, Theo has already told us he's on a countdown of the amount of classes that he's going to be doing. This is not for eternity. So if you guys want to start putting yourselves in a position to start making 6 figures online and be able to work dang near from any place in the world that you want to, you got to start investing in yourself, gentlemen. And one of the investments is A, signing up for Theo's classes, B, coming to the conclave and starting your classes with the rest of us. I kid you not. If it was not for the guys at the conclave, I wouldn't have even known how to sign up for AWS. At the conclave, we were all helping each other out because the guys that are already graduated or the guys that were already in class were able to help us newbies out. So now we'll be able to help out the new dudes that'll be coming in. And of course, I'll be bringing autographed copies of the books. So I'll be bringing books. I'll be bringing coming down with copies of Stop Making Excuses. How to overcome complacency, distractions, discouragement, as well as complacency, distractions, discouragement, and complacency, distraction. Oh, fears. My own book, Fears. I'm so busy thinking about the conclave. Overcoming your fears. Fears means your worries or concerns. I know some of you guys are worried about coming to the conclave. You're concerned about, can I afford the hotel room? I got you. I've been there, bro. I've been there. I'll be bringing autographed copies of this. 44 laws of travel. Dude, there are some rules when it comes to this travel game, as I was talking about earlier. Some of us fail to follow the rules. That's why we get got. It's not coincidental that we get got. It's not a happenstance that we get got. Some of us do bad business investments in other countries. We talk about that in this book. Some of us, how we date, I talk about that in this book. Remember what I said, the 7 C's? I used to say the 5 C's, but there are 7 C's. I talk about that in this book. So I want to bring copies of this. The 7 C's are, and that's in the first chapter. We talked about that before. Let's go past the acknowledgments. Let's go to the 7 C's. So I've got a chapter. It's a pre-law. This is a pre-law. There are 44 laws, but I made 5 pre-laws. And one of them is when you first travel, you're going to bring your common sense. That's 1 C. 2nd C is bring condoms. I don't know why you guys, ladies, I'm talking to you too. In my eyes, a man should never bring more condoms than you ladies. I'm going to say this again. There is no way in the world you about to have sex with this handsome Dominican dude and expect this Dominican dude to have condoms. Are you crazy? You about to get you some Afro-Colombian sex in, right, huh, sister? And you expect that Afro-Colombian dude from Buenaventura to have condoms? They don't even teach sexual safety in certain parts of South America. It's your job to bring the condom, sister. It's your job. You're supposed to have a 20-pack, 12-pack, 24-pack on you. Number 3 is bring your cash. Bring your cash. Bring your cash or your credit cards. Don't always depend on your cards. Don't always depend on your cash. Number 4 is your contacts. Somebody should have your contact information. Somebody back home should have your information to your hotel and everything. But you should also have photocopies of your past. I'll give you a perfect example. There's a brother that lives here for the last few years, went back to the States just to visit. He said, Dre, I got to talk to you about something. I said, what's up? He said, man, when I left, they asked me I had to pay a fee because I overstayed. I said, how you got overstayed? You live here. I know. I said, did you show your cellular? Your cellular is your ID. No, I didn't show him. I say, so you just showed them your passport. Yeah. So all they know is that you just a regular American tourist. You didn't show your Colombian ID. That's why you had to pay. If he had a photo, keep your contacts, of his cellular in his cell phone, he could have showed them that. And they could have pulled up his information and validated, oh, he lives here. But because he only showed his passport, they thought he was a regular tourist that overstayed. And he had to pay an overstay fee for the 2 years that he was here in Colombia. Have your contacts. The next one is copies. Have copies of everything, dude. I've got a copy in my cell phone. I've got a copy of my passport. I got a copy of my bank cards. I got a copy of my cellular. Now, I have it set up that no one can get access to it but me. So you can't just automatically pull up and open my phone and find my bank cards and all that information. But I have copies in it. The last thing that you want to have of the 7 is your colognes, gentlemen. You got to smell good. Ladies, bring your perfume. Gentlemen, you got to smell good. I don't care what you're talking about. Smelling good opens up doors. Smelling good opens up doors and turns heads. All that is in the book. And then the last book that I'm going to bring copies of, as you guys well know, you can order as well. I'll be bringing copies of to autograph anywhere as possible. How to live in 60% of the world in less than $2,500 to $3,000 a month. Yes, I said it. You can live. I'll walk you through from your couch to your favorite country. From couch to country. I'll walk you 10 parts all the way through in this book. How to go from your couch to your country, and you can live in 60% of the world's upper middle class. I'm gonna say this again. This is very important. You can live in 60% of the world's upper middle class between $2,500 to $3,000 a month. I think many of us can pull that off, especially if you're working online, or especially if you're doing government contract work in another country, or especially if you graduated Theo's courses, or my man IP International Passports courses. Shout out to him for the Python courses. And some of you other brothers that have mentors that I'm going to be interviewing as well that have helped you out with courses. We're going to get you on track. Theo and all the rest of us brothers want to put us all in positions to make this money, more money than this, to where now you're not spending money as much on rent and all that other things. And I mentioned 50 different countries that you can choose from is in this book. I give you the economic breakdown of travel, rent for a 2-bedroom in this book. So in this book is dedicated to any man that want to live in 60% of the world, and you got a 2-bedroom, at least 1 or 2 bathrooms, your transportation, your food, and your utilities. I have all 50 countries in this book. So we have no excuses. None. We have no excuses, gentlemen. None. So I'll be bringing copies to the Conclave. But the most important part about being at the Conclave, guys, I'm trying to see you. Book sales and the speakers are great. I'm looking forward to seeing all the speakers. But I'm trying to see you guys. You guys are the only reason I came back to the States after 5 years when I went to Houston. And you guys will be the only reason I'm heading back to the States again in Miami. Shout out to all you guys. T-Mac said, I live in Lorella's and I'm not walking at 3 a.m. Thank you. And I love Lorella's. Man, we love some beautiful, beautiful part of the city. Beautiful part of the city. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Theo with the $5 gifts for you guys out there, the members that Theo is sponsoring. Shout out to all you guys. And we talked about that yesterday. Fortunately, we were talking about, Andre was just telling me about Spain. Spain lost their electricity. Spain, Portugal. When I say Spain, I mean the whole country for the most part lost all the electricity all of Portugal and much of France lost their electricity yesterday and earlier today, and they just got it back around 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock this afternoon. We're talking about a whole country. Andre said over 12 hours with countries with no electricity. Yeah, she was saying that our family members that are close to Madrid, they finally got their electricity back, but the whole country was just on. And we looked at videos that people were posting, like no electricity. Crazy. Shout out to my man, Black Nubian.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, "Oh, Canada."
El Monte is in the building. Shout out to you as well. And my man KL representing you. He said, "I like some more women." Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you very much. International Quiet Storm once again has dropped the link in the information for the conclave. So make sure that you guys get that information. I've dropped it as well. So shout out to my man. He said, I'm going to stay back on the main beach he said, I'm going to stay on the main beach along the beach. Oh, he said going to stay on the bench. Well, in Miami, you can pull that off, man. It is nice. It is nice. Theo says there are many places for homeless people that's where I will be staying. Phew. That beach area? Yeah. He said, I can't afford that. He said, I'm poor. Shout out to you guys being here. And my man Nero's in the building. Shout out to you. Neo's representing. He said North Miami has some nice spots. He said, but downtown is still nice too. Never been to that side. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, I've been all around Miami. Because Miami is nice, man. It's nice. It's got some parts where you don't want to be caught in. Don't get me wrong. He said if you can't afford the hotel room, you can sleep outside along the beach. I'll be there with Chewbacca, his dog. Shout out to Chewy. And the beach. And the beach. Let's get ready to get started with the video, guys. We're going to see sisters. Chaos says, is there a thing on putting too much cologne on? It depends on the cologne. It depends on, like, for example, if you got an oud cologne, that cologne is, speaking of colognes, I didn't put on, oh yeah, I did. If you got on Ultramall, this is a very subtle cologne, so you can spray all over with this one. It is not strong. It does not project far, but it's really nice. It's a great date night cologne. You know, you don't want something strong. You want to, this is the cologne that a woman has to walk past you and be like, dang, this is good for cologne. This cologne is good for elevators. This cologne is good for when you are at work and you don't want something to project strong, but when you're at the cubicle or whether you're in your car, you're an Uber driver, this is a good cologne for you. It doesn't project far, but the formula is excellent. Excelente. Right? Rico says, see, I got the book saved on Amazon. We'll be buying soon. Shout out to you, Rico. Thanks, brother. I'm going to drop the links later on for the book purchases. So this is a good cologne. But now you got a oud, right? Shout out to Theo, gifted me with this oud. This is a really nice oud by Ultra Kaoud or Kaoud. Really nice oud. Right? Expensive. Oh, that's good. Goodness gracious. It's good. Goodness gracious. Whew. That projects. You only need a couple sprays, like wrist, neck, and you good. You good for about a good 7-8 hours, right? You good for about 7-8 hours. Creta Ventus, only you know that could project, but the king of projection is which I don't like because it projects so much and so many people, so many dudes wear it, is Baccarat 540. That Baccarat 540, man, you can smell that across the street. It is an excellent burnt cherry, burnt candy scent. It, don't get me wrong, Baccarat is one of the best-selling scents of the last 5-6 years. Do not get me wrong. Excellent formula, but it projects. Dude, especially if it's 2 or 3 dudes wearing it at the club, they drowning out everybody else's. It doesn't take much for Baccarat. And the funny part is you will go nose blind when you're the one that's wearing it. I'll give you a good clone of Baccarat. I'll give you a good clone. This is Club de Nuit Untold. We know that Club de Nuit Intense, that is the clone. The black bottle is the clone of Creed Aventus, right? We know the black bottle for the clone of Creed Aventus. Okay, so the black bottle is the clone of Creed Aventus. This is the Club de Nuit Intense. Intense, right? This right here is the Untold. This is the Untold. This is the Baccarat 540 clone. And I mean, take it from me. I got Baccarat 540 and I've got this one. I would rather wear this one. Baccarat it doesn't even project. Baccarat is strong. But man, listen, Baccarat's clone, Untold, it smells just like it. And I kid you not, it is a 95% clone. It's only $20. Why pay $250 for Baccarat 540? If you can afford it, cool. But for $20 clone, but I'm gonna tell you, this baby, yeah, this baby, you put this on, it's projecting across the street. I put this on right now. I would not put this. Yeah, I would not put this on if I was going to bed. It would just destroy the room. It's for clubbing. It's for walking around the streets all day. Like if you out in the streets, that's what it's for. It's for Medellin, Bogota. Excuse me. It's for Medellin, Bogota, Cali nights. But you're not wearing this in Cartagena. It's too strong. You will project in that hot weather too much. So any female that's with you, anybody that's down the street is not trying to smell you in a restaurant with this. It's not made for hot weather. Now, when it cools down at night in Cartagena and you're going to go to some clubs or you're going to be out and about, now you can wear this at night in Cartagena. You can wear this at night in Cali. You can wear it throughout the day in Medellin and in Bogota because they're little cooler cities during the day compared to Cartagena and Cali. So this is good for at night in Cali, in Cartagena, in Barranquilla, in Santa Marta, in Panama, also in Asia, but it is not good during the daytime because it is just too strong. It's an excellent scent. Don't get me wrong. Yep. Excelente. But it projects, bruh. It projects. I got this cologne everywhere now. I got to put some of these bottles away. Let's get started with the video, gentlemen. Let me shut up and get started with the video. Let me remove this. Let me get the video pulled up. And once again, we're going to be looking at a video from our brother, Ask a Older Man, who used to visit Panama quite a while. This is a good one.
Welcome back to another session with the Older Man. Today I want to talk about passport cis, or passport sisters? Is there such a thing? Well, listen, a lot of men have become passport bros, and a lot of you have actually reached out to me to ask me if Dubai would be worth it. How are the women over there? And I would tell you, hand down, hell no. Dubai is not a place for you to come to find women, because Dubai is suffering from the same problem that most of the world is suffering from. And a lot of the women who actually come here are looking for opportunities. They're looking for that rich sheik. They're looking for better opportunities to move up. You are running from that shit in the West, so why would you come here to be right in the thick of it? It's not a good idea. A lot of women over here are suffering trying to find a man. But I want to highlight one particular sister. Her name is Latrifa Hill, and she moved to Panama. And I found it intriguing because she's expressing how it is to be single and older and a passport cis in Panama. So that's what we're going to get into. I'm going to play a bit of her video. She's a lovely, lovely woman. And I like to highlight interesting stories. I want to highlight her today because I want to approach this from, number one, confirming the opportunities there are for men in Panama who want to retire there, who want to go there for, more conservative women and options. And also just to highlight the fact that women cannot be passport sisters. And she'll confirm it with you. So my friends, like this video on the way in, please subscribe if you haven't. Pick up my content creators toolkit. I say it in every single video, man. Support your brother and also get some value from it and go out and create your own content so that you can start creating some residual income. And of course, go over to this beautiful lady's channel and support her, especially if you want to know more about moving to Panama, either as a passport cis, to retire, or just to get away, or to, just have a different perspective on life. All right, so let's get into it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm sitting down today. It feels a little weird. But I did want to come on here today and say thank you to each and every one of you guys that have supported me and supported this channel. I am new to the game of YouTube, but not new to being a friend. Again, I'm Latrifa Hill. I'm from California. I'm 55, decided to move to Panama in April, and I absolutely love it here.
Okay, hear me out. Don't you think it's time for us to go? Us, as in black women or black people. Do you feel like you belong in the U.S.? Hear me out. Lately, I don't know what it is, but I just been thinking I want to move out of the U.S. I just have a calling or urge to get out of the country.
Why I left the U.S. and will never go back there. The biggest reason why I will not be returning to live in the US is because it is a failed society. I don't think that Americans realize that the way that they live is not actually normal when you compare it to the rest of the world. It's not normal to not have healthcare. It's not normal to be in crippling amounts of debt from going to school or going to a hospital. It's not normal to be afraid of gun violence, for there to be a threat of gun violence in your school. It doesn't matter if it's a developed country or an underdeveloped country. It's not normal to only have two choices when it comes to politics and who runs your country. It's not normal to have a 79% literacy rate and half the country cannot read above a 5th grade level. My family and I immigrated to the United States when I was 5 years old. And in that time, my mom worked herself to the bone. We barely saw our mother because she was always at work. She never had time for herself. She's barely gone on vacation. Her life has literally centered around work for the last 25 years. And so my mom essentially sacrificed her life and her happiness in order to work. And when I returned to the US after living in Europe for 3.5 years, all I was doing was working. I would wake up super early in the morning, commute for 1 hour, go to work for 8 hours, commute for another hour, and then I would have 2 hours to myself before I had to go to bed in order to do the same thing in the morning again. All for 2 weeks of vacation time. And I want you guys to know that this is not normal. In some countries, the minimum that an employee will get off of work is 6 weeks. In some countries, women get years off to spend with their newborn child.
Just look at that. In some countries, women get years off for being with their newborn child. And in other countries, on average, I'll say that again, other countries on average, you're getting a month to 2 months off. When it comes to paternity, in other countries, you're able to actually get at least, or in some countries, the father gets time off for paternity and the mother gets time off for paternity. Not in the United States.
After my mom gave birth to my brother, she was back at work after 2 weeks. When I was going to school in the US, I constantly had anxiety that our school was going to be shot up. And this is not normal. I want you guys to understand it, because when I was talking to my friends who also went to school in the US, they said the exact same thing, that they always had anxiety that someone would come into the school and shoot it up. And so I essentially chose peace when I decided to leave the US. I do not feel any sort of allegiance to this country because the US does not have allegiance to me as a Black woman. Black women are overwhelmingly more prone to experiencing poverty than any other ethnic group in the United States. Black women are also more likely to die in childbirth in the United States. It has one of the highest maternal mortality rates. And so why should I choose to work myself to the bone for decades to get nothing in return, to not even be able to retire comfortably for a country that doesn't care about me?
Before she goes into her statement, shout out to my man Alexis over on Cash App with the $5 love. Appreciate you, brother, for being here. We're going to see at the end of this video the reason why the sister that's coming up, why she's crashing out, and you'll understand. So we're going to look at her crash out and how other women, she's going to talk about how other women around her from the States are crashing out. And then we're going to see towards the end of the video why she is crashing out. What's the reason behind it? Let's continue on.
All right. She's beautiful. She's bubbly. And her channel is called Journey with Latriva. And like she said, she's 55. So she's on her later part of life, my friend. And she's moved to Panama looking for better opportunities.
I think the first thing to talk about is why they decided to move to Panama. Why did you decide to come here? Because what we tend to forget is that, you know, when I was on my journey to come to Panama, I was so excited to meet everybody. I was so excited to get here. I had my blinders on as far as I don't know these people. And I just really believe that, oh, the Americans are great. No, not all the Americans are great. A lot of us come over here with issues, mental issues, health issues.
I love how women use this term. I was just excited to meet everybody. No, you didn't go there to meet women. No, you went over there to try to meet men. So please stop this crap about I wanted to meet everybody. I don't know why you won't just say it. Women do this shit all the time. We hear it so often. Women would hate to say, listen, I'm going over here to look for a man. When it comes to criticizing women, they always use that same term. People always do this instead of women always do this. When we all know that they're talking about women. Women hate to call out themselves or anything to do with bigging up men, making men seem more important. They refuse to call the one simple thing that they want by name.
Imagine you begging a guy for the bare minimum and you being the daughter of the king. Love you. Bye.
You said what?
I said you pressure.
I know I'm pressure, so what you gonna do about it?
I deserve to get laid today. I'm not gonna, but I deserve it.
Don't spend your life chasing emotionally unavailable men.
If I could give you one piece of real advice, it would be to not look desperate over a guy that's not yours.
Bestie, your dating life sucks because you keep trying to look for a man. You keep trying to search for a husband. And instead of doing that, just become the best version of yourself.
One of the worst mistakes I see women make is this whole concept idea of dating one man at a time. It's just a ridiculous idea. You do not owe him your exclusivity without his commitment.
I'm just calling it out, lady. I don't know this woman, by the way. This is just a video that was referred to me, okay?
Could be running from something. It could be you. You don't know what these people came to Panama for. You don't know their financial status. So,
You see how women in the States always put something in their own minds about other people instead of getting to know the people or having somebody around them to get to know. So when they're lonely, I'm going to say this again, gentlemen, when a lot of these women are lonely, they make assumptions about you. They make assumptions about the local. Well, nobody's talking to me because they've got mental issues. Nobody's talking to me because I don't know the language. Nobody's talking to me because, well, these guys are just over here for sex. Nobody might be talking to you because nobody wants to be bothered with you. You are very attractive for 55 years old, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's going to bow down to you when they see you. And a lot of women try to come up with an excuse for everything except for taking accountability for who they are.
When
I
dated this American guy, after the Panamanian, I just kind of felt like, okay, this will be cool. I'll date somebody who understands me, an American. We speak English. We understand each other. No, ma'am. That wasn't the case either. So I quickly learned that this person probably had some type of PTSD going on, very insecure, very clingy and needy. Financially, he was able to take care of himself and take care of me. I wouldn't say that he wasn't able to take care of me. He was.
Even in other countries, American women still expect y'all to take care of them, fellas. American women still think you going foot the bill, fellas. Don't think y'all gonna go to another country messing with these American women and they not gonna look at you for the dollar.
Able to do that, but very clingy and very looking for. I don't know what he was looking for, to be honest with you. Extremely, extremely, extremely clingy, and very territorial with. This is what I want you to do. This is what I don't want you to do. Had so many rules and all this other stuff. So
what do these women think are going to happen when we leave the United States? Seriously, we're going to pick up a lot of the traits that we see the local men have. The local men have rules and standards that they live by. We agree with some of them we don't. But we're going to pick up certain forms of masculinity in these other countries. You dealing with a man that's from the States. You thought he was going to still have the stateside mentality. I'll say this again. She thought that she's going to be dealing with a man from the States and he's going to still be acting like and thinking like he thought when he was in the States. No, ma'am, you're discovering when we leave the United States, we become completely different men.
I didn't doubt either.
And this is the first problem every single passport sister will find when she moves from America to a more conservative country. Panama, Latin American, machismo. The men are in charge.
Yes, I'm gonna say it. Most women want masculine men. I can't speak for everybody, okay? Most women want a man who's a provider. Most women want to feel safe with a man. If a woman's anything like me, they tired of being strong all the time. They want a man that they can depend upon. A man who's independent. A man who leaves his life well. And who's strong. And who's courageous. A man she can trust. Y'all, I'm indecisive. I want a man personally who can make decisions for me. Most women want a man who is not as emotional as they are. Most women want a man who's stable. Most women want a man who's strong-minded. Most women want a man who's assertive. Most women want a man who is dominant. Most women want a man who is wise. I think when it all comes down to it, a lot of women are afraid of this kind of man. Maybe they've been hurt by this kind of guy. Maybe they've seen somebody else get hurt by this kind of guy and therefore prefer men to have more feminine traits. And that's okay.
Date a man who is in his daddy energy. I was watching this Korean show and it was a great parable, and it was a conversation between these two men, and they were talking about either you are going to make a woman feel like she has a daddy or that she has a son.
Don't let that slide by, because a lot of dudes do that. Those Korean dudes were right. When it comes to how you carry yourself in other countries, either you're going to carry yourself like you the daddy of the moment, the controller, masculine, not ruling, not dominant, not dictating. I'm not saying that. But you're going to carry yourself like a grown-ass man, or you're going to carry yourself like a grown-ass son. There are a lot of women in these countries that do so much for us that you treat them like they surrogate mothers. Yeah, you're having sex with her, you're being intimate with her, but you want her to do this, you want her to do that, you want her to do this. There is nothing masculine about how some of us are moving. Some of y'all gotta realize, my wife does stuff for me, not because I'm her son, but because I'm daddy. I'm daddy. Some of you guys, y'all women do stuff for you because you act like a son. You act like a son. Remember, the masculinity that you use in the States, you want to add on to some of that masculinity from all the other countries that you go to, and you notice how the local men can steal some. Notice, I see this all the time in Colombia, and I still don't get over it. I have yet to get over the fact that I can see some of the fattest, most unattractive Colombian men with some of the hottest chicks. And I know that these dudes aren't even making $300 a month. I'm gonna say that again. I've yet, in all these years I've been here, I've yet to understand how the hell can a dude be overweight, not obese, but a little overweight, making only $300 a month, the average Colombian wage, riding a motorcycle, not a nice car, motorcycle, and they be with some of the hottest mother chicks you have ever seen in your life. And that's all throughout South America. They have a form of masculinity that showcases, if I got money, if I ain't got money, I'm still daddy. I'm still daddy. Let's go back to the video.
It really depends on.
I don't care what you do. You can't rattle him. You can't make him raise his voice. You can't upset him. He's just cool. I mean, I can do the most bizarre stuff and he'll just kind of look at me. But he won't do nothing. You can count on him. He can hold me by the ankle over a cliff and I wouldn't worry because he's that brother. One time I was going through a thing and I called him up in the middle of the day, working, and I said, babe, things ain't right here. And he came home and stood there. Didn't say that, he didn't know what to say. Talking and I'm telling and I'm crying and this and that. And he stayed until I said, okay, I'm fine. He said, if you need me again, I'll come back. That brother.
This is all we want.
I'm gonna tell you something about masculinity. True story. And I'm gonna go ahead. This segment is about women say they don't want a masculine man. They complain about masculinity. And that's what she's complaining about. I was with the Panamanian dude. That didn't work. I was with the American dude. He was showing masculinity. He wanted me to do this and that like the Panamanian dude. That didn't work. But at the end of the day, they still want us to be masculine. A lot of you guys know that a couple years ago, Andrea had anxiety real bad. Like real bad type of anxiety. Like stop life. Like, dude, we went through a year of, if any of you know what panic attacks are, if any of you know what just true anxiety is, it will stop your life. It will stop your life. We went through a year of that. There were so many times, man, Andrea could be there having a wonderful day. Panic attack hits. All she needed me to do was to be her man, to hold her. She didn't need no money while she was crying. She didn't need me to open up my mouth while she was crying. She just needed to go through that moment. She just needed to talk. She didn't know why she was going through this mental issue. If any of you know anybody that went through panic attacks or had a time of anxiety, you know that this is it's wild, right? But being a real man, who we are, Grown men who we are, we're built for the storms. Like Kevin Samuels used to say, pressure is made for shoulders, not for hips. Pressure is made for shoulders, not for hips. And I rode that storm that my wife went through for a year and a half. Now, Andrea is great, but every once in a while, I got to ask her, is everything fine? Do you need to talk about anything? And I would just and during that time period, I let Andrea talk, and I knew, by not trying to give advice, I just let that moment of panic attack just come through, ride itself out, and Andrea would calm down, her nerves would change, and she'll go back to the regular Andrea. She had to go to therapy for it. We went to the hospitals for it. A lot of things that we went through for about a year and a half. That's why another reason why Andrea and I are so close. When I tell y'all we'd have been through some storms, she's rode through storms that I've gone through, and I've rode through storms that she's gone through. Life gonna keep lifing. So when these women complain about your masculinity, the reason why I told you our story, I'm gonna tell you this, because this is a story that Andrea's already told you guys on her channel. Women are expecting you to be masculine. Don't let these American women fool you into thinking you're doing something wrong by being a man. That's why I stopped the video for a second. Your manhood is expected because life gonna keep lifing. And these little females that's going through issues because they can't find a good man and they complain about a good man, there are plenty of women out here they're gonna have a moment in life that nobody can get them through that storm but a man like you. So you keep on being the man who you are. Don't you let these women convince you, trick you, connive you into thinking that if you ain't got the money, or if you ain't got the perfect body, or if you ain't got this or that, you ain't no man. That's bullshit. Because when life started lifing, in my house, we ain't care nothing about no money. No matter how much we had. My wife she needed a man that could shut the hell up and let her go through her storm, just like the judge was just saying. Her husband came home, didn't know what to say. He just stood there and let her ride her storm of anxiety out. Don't you let these women like this convince you that something wrong with the type of man that you are. It's not. You just ain't built for her, but you are definitely built for millions upon millions of women that are looking for a dude just like you. Don't you ever let nobody convince you that your manhood is not required, because it will be required of you. Shout out to all you guys.
But we want a man who acts like a man, who's manly, who takes care of things. Leader. I don't need you to kill an alligator with your hands, but I need to feel so feminine around you because you are so masculine that I can turn my brain off because I know you got it. I trust you. I trust your intellect. I trust your character. I trust that I can close my eyes and follow you blindly, and I'm going to be happy about where I end up. That's what it's about. We go out. I don't have to use my brain. I don't have to think. You know what I mean? Order the whole thing for us. Take me, plan the thing. Say you tell me where we're going, and we're all set.
So even though she has met an American man, she still don't want to relinquish any of her, I don't know what in the hell they think that they're relinquishing, but in other words, she don't want to give up. She still wants to be her own woman. When men actually move to Panama, they're looking for submissive women, and they're going to get it. What this man should have realized, why would you think that because you met an American woman in Panama, that she would be any different than the same type of woman back home? Brother, that woman never had any success in America. She went to find other people in Panama. I don't understand why you all think that you're all going to be any different somewhere else. When the man is looking for more traditional woman, and this woman thinks that she's going to come into a traditional country to find a man who is liberal and is going to make her have all the freedom that she wants. What the hell does that mean? He's clingy. What does that mean? Both of you are in a foreign country. You both speak the same language. More than likely, you will connect a lot more tighter. He's looking for someone to have as a companion. But there are some holes in this video that I want you guys to observe, because just note, she says that he's too clingy and she don't understand why he's clingy. I can understand why he's clingy. In my opinion, your definition of clingy is you think that you have a lot of options because you're in a foreign country. You want to explore those options. He's trying to make sure that, hey, if we're going to be together, I need to make sure that you ain't throwing the punani all over the damn place because you are in a big pond now. You're not in your city. You're not in your town. And I can tell you, those Panamanian men over there, when they see an American woman, they see it. Dinero. Sí, dinero. Americano dólares. American dollars. But let's hear what else she has to say.
Once again, I'm looking for somebody that I can speak English to, that can understand me, but that not to control me. I mean, I'm a free spirit, and I treat my.
There you go. I'm a free spirit.
I'm a free spirit. So when I feel like it, I will. And if I don't feel like it, I won't. I'm really not cut out for working. Here's what it is.
Ladies, I'm gonna just let y'all know. You don't have to tell us your number. We can tell. You give off social cues to let us know.
So what you think my body count is?
But sometimes it's just because you.
I'm not gonna give an exact number, but I'm gonna say more than 10.
Okay.
Like your shit up. Well, you like a free spirit. Your shit probably up there. Your shit probably over 20. No cap.
You're a free spirit. Right.
No, I'm saying like you.
Men and women,
free,
right?
You're free,
Yeah.
Listen, the free spirited chicks.
You got
Look, the free spirited chicks are all like reform hoes, like 3 or 4s. Like they all had whole stages. They all went, and now they grown like 35. They start playing with rocks and incense and crystals and shit.
First of all, we don't play with rocks. What? You better come correct.
Messing with a free spirited woman is not for the weak. All right, she's free, and she has no problem showing you that she's free. My brother, that woman does not belong to you. All right, she will let you know that she does not belong to you in many, many, many ways. And the problem with her is that she's passionate. She will make you feel like she is in love because she really does mean it. She's a good person. She is sweet enough to make your teeth rot. All right, she can give you diabetes as good of a person as she is. She's a wonderful, amazing person. Don't let that deceive you. My boy, she's there for the vibes. All right, she loves love. She's passionate about passion. All right, she's in the moment. She's not necessarily there with you. She's not really lying to you. She's not playing you. She's just experiencing. And a lot of times it's easy to get caught up with this woman. It's so easy to get caught up with this woman. My brother, you got to read the room and stay focused. She's not mentioning a thing about a title, even though y'all are having incredible sex.
We know what that means, gentlemen. I want to be on the streets. Simple as that. She's not looking for a partner. She's looking for a secure bag while she still goes out and have her fun.
I'm made as such as well. I mean, again, dating an American guy, if he's here, typically he is retired. So he needs a hobby. I mean, I don't know why men at this point want us to be around them 24/7. So I definitely need somebody that has some type of hobby, that likes to be physical, that can spend time away from me for a while. Because again, I'm not a very clingy person. I like my own space. I like my own time. I have my own interests. And yeah, you need to have your own. A lot of them, especially my age, they know here in Panama that they can date very, very young here. The women here, the Panamanian women here, will definitely entertain an American man at whatever age. You can be 90 and walking down the street with a beautiful Panamanian woman.
Age gap dating, 12 out of 10 would recommend. You gotta get an older man, girl. When I'm thinking he out running the streets, he is. But you know what he doing in them streets? Running errands. The streets is errands, okay? The street is not the club. The street is not, okay? He is running errands. He going to the bank. He grown. He going to the grocery store. He asked me what I want for dinner.
I feel like I have to come on here and say this.
Why is it so like actually shocking that a younger girl likes older guys?
Why is it so? Yeah, I had put myself on mute. My bad, gentlemen. Why is it so difficult for us men? And I don't care what women are thinking. I really don't. But why is it so difficult for us men to realize that there is a growing movement that younger women are attracted to older men? Now, if you're in the States, they'll sell it to you as if you're Shannon Sharp and you're attracted to younger women. On contraire, mon frere, the younger woman that Shannon Sharp was putting a dog collar on, choking, giving her all the anal sex that she wanted. You better believe they was kicking it for about what, a year, since 2023. It's 2025. Believe you me, that young girl was into older men. Shannon was not the first older man. Even when I was dating as a teen, I dated quite a few sisters that their first boyfriend, we're all 18, 19. Their first boyfriend was 25, 27. We all remember the girl in high school that was attracted to the older dudes that was in college. Remember the girl in college that was attracted to dudes that were already in their careers. We've got to come to reality. Throughout human history, younger women have always been attracted to older men. Always. It's always been that way. I don't know why in America, in the UK, they try to shame younger women and older men for being together, but it has been like that throughout history. You think in the movies, they try to make it seem like the king had a queen and they was the same age. Not always. King may have had a queen that was around his age because there was arranged marriages during that time period for royalty. But all his mistresses and his concubines, youngies. Nothing but youngies. Nothing but young girls. You ain't never seen nobody that got a harem full of old chicks. His chicks, he got 3. King Solomon did not have 300 concubines over the age of 40. You better believe that one. When they say King David was dying and they said they put the young virgin girls in bed with the king, it wasn't no chicks over 40. That was the young virgin girls. Historically, Joseph, we're talking about Jesus' stepdaddy. Historically, they've already said the age that Mary was based off of the lives of how things were set up back then in Jerusalem, in Israel, in the Bible. Mary was pregnant with Jesus right around 16, 17 years old. Based off the history, Joseph was in his late 20s. Joseph in his late 20s, Mary 16, 17 years old. That was the norm for arranged marriages. Let's come to a conclusion, American men. Yep. No, he's not the biological. That's the stepdad. But we're not going to debate that. My point is, let's come to a conclusion. Let's stop listening to women, gentlemen. Let's stop listening to women and start listening to the younger women who are telling you, I am attracted to older men. Well, she must got daddy issues. My wife is attracted to older men. Before she met me, guess who she was with? An older man. Yeah, she's with an older dude. Andrea she's not attracted to dudes her age. She thinks men her age, there are a lot of women that think men her age are very immature. They only think about sex. They don't want to grow and do positive things. They don't want to do any adventures. They don't want to travel. They don't want to create anything. Older men think about creation. The other thing that Andrea always talks about, the learning curves. Andrea said, I can't learn life from a dude my age that's still learning life. She said, I'll get with older men because you guys have lived life and I can glean. I can just open up a pen and ask you questions about life. I ain't got to live it. I ain't got to go through them headaches and the pains in life. You've already been through it. All I got to do is turn to you and ask about it. Andre, what if I did this? What would happen? Well, how about this? Do you recommend I do this? Us older dudes are encyclopedias to these younger women. Some of you dudes are so insecure because you're older. Dude, that's why I don't have a problem telling my age. When I met Andrea, I did not lie and say I wasn't 50. I said I was 50. Andrea was 23. And she and many other women are interested in older, mature men. Now, not just because you're older. You got to be mature. Come on, you can't be an older dude acting like a little boy. You older, but you act like baby boy. You older, but you still in them streets. You notice I said Andrea had an older dude before me. He wanted to still be in them streets. So she let him be in them streets. And spent time away. Just spent time to herself, going to spiritual retreats and stuff like that. Just time to herself, focusing on her business, finishing off her degree. And then she met me after all that, right? So some older dudes can fumble the bag with some good women. But that still doesn't equate to the fact that a lot of you older dudes don't be uncomfortable with the fact that, yes, there are younger women that are attracted to you in the States, in Canada, UK, and any other country. And it ain't a hustle. It ain't what women try to say. Well, they just want you for the money. They just want you for the green card. Dude, there are some older women that will mess with older dudes in their own countries. I mean, some younger women. Some younger women will mess with older dudes in their own country. My wife would never get caught with a young Colombian, her people, man. She's not attracted to that. There are a lot of women that will not ever get caught with a dude under 30. They'll see how attractive they are, but my wife will never get with an Austin Holloman. Not because of Austin, but because of his age and the expected lack of experience in life. Some of you older dudes, my point in saying all this, walk with your chest out. Walk with your chest out, older dudes. Because in many of these countries, many of these women genuinely like you. You ain't got to be pay for play as much as you think you do. You ain't got to be buying young girls as much as you think you do, Nate. You think everybody in the bind. Nate, I'm in the bind, Nate. Like Jada Pickett on Set It Off. I'm in the bind, Nate. I'm just dropping that knowledge, man, that a lot of young girls do and are attracted to us older dudes.
Like older men. Is that not a thing anymore? It's like all of a sudden it's okay for these cougar moms with like 4 kids, 3 kids, 2 kids, single moms. No, not hating, but it's okay for them to date guys significantly younger than them. But the minute a young girl wants an older man, it's like sounding the alarms here. We used to be a proper society.
'Cause I really like what you done to me. I can't really explain it. I'm
all late night, baby girl, okay. It wasn't a plan, baby girl. Skeet the beat, carry a bus like greed the free. She's something go me.
Why is it that everybody's always like, trust women, believe women, but when that woman is in a relationship with an older man, all of a sudden she doesn't know anything. All of a sudden she can't think for herself. She can't speak up for herself. She needs somebody to advocate for her. Like, didn't you just say trust women? Then trust me when I say I am so happy, the happiest I've ever been in my life, and he is the best thing to happen to me.
Here, a lot of people can't understand that.
Here's an American man that's clingy, but this man can get pretty much any younger woman on the street, and she's the one that rejected this man? Make that shit make sense.
So trying to find an American guy here, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but
true.
Unless you get them after they're exhausted from everybody else here in Panama, I don't see that as being a potential situation.
Gentlemen, you heard that? After you have read it, bust your nuts and everything over there. And I can tell you, there's an endless supply of women. I've been to Panama quite a few times. The second you open your mouth and you don't have a Spanish accent, they're all over you like flies, my friend. Trust me on this. Cost of living is low, and there's so many perks over there. And all you have to do is get out of the city. Just a little ways out of the city, you enjoy a great life. You can own your own property over there.
My experience with them is, you know, they have dated Panamanian before. They realize that that woman doesn't have any financial means, so they're constantly putting out for her, for the kids, or for the family. And American guys are not necessarily used to 100% taking care of a woman like that. But again, you can get them, but you are going to have to financially support them as well.
Gentlemen, you just find a woman that's working. That's it. Make sure she's working. She's making enough to support her basic needs, and you're good to go. You don't have to put out for a woman 100%. Unless you're one of those that are making enough money from your retirement fund or being a digital nomad, etc., and you're still making good coin, and you have enough money left over to actually support a woman 100%, she will be 100% loyal to you, my friend. But I'm always very cautious about having a woman that don't contribute anything at all financially to a relationship, especially to her own lifestyle. You should be able to enhance what she has, but she should still be working so that she can appreciate her life and enjoy the extras that you give her.
So then when they get tired of dealing with that, then they start sniffing around us again. So I dated a expat that was here very short period of time, and
I just want you guys to realize she has named 3 dudes so far that she dealt with. One was Panamanian, the other one was a clingy dude, and now she's talking about another dude. So y'all dudes down there, y'all running through them American sisters just as easy as you can run through them Panamanian sisters.
And he was very controlling, so many rules. I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. I had to call him so many times a day, or it was just so many doggone rules. And
a lot of women who you would sit down and ask her, like, hey, like in your last relationship, like what role did you play in it going wrong?
Right.
And she'll look you dead in the eyes and say nothing. I did what I was supposed to do. He cheated.
Yeah.
Or I did what I was supposed to do. He neglected me.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's something, but that speaks to the accountability of most women. And a lot of women lack accountability. And because of that they continue to repeat the same.
A lot of women.
Yeah, let me, hold on. Let me make sure the mic is working. I said a lot of women lack accountability, and that caters to them constantly repeating the same mistakes.
That right there, what you said, a lot of women lack accountability. No. And I can say a lot of men lack accountability. Y'all cover up this and act like y'all's emotions just shut off. And the moment that a woman tell you about, y'all want to know so much about us, but the moment we tell you one thing about our past or about something that's very important to us, it's like, oh, she crazy. We closing that door as though everything has to be perfect. So I don't agree with that comment. A lot of women lack accountability. How about we address the men lacking your emotional state at the time that you're trying to get to know the woman? Like,
I think what you're doing is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Because again, I never said that men don't lack accountability. When you said it, I nodded. Yep, you're right. A lot of men do. But just the mere mention of a woman having something to work on made you feel away. If you tell a woman that she needs to work on something, or you tell a woman that she's doing something wrong, automatically go into defense, right? Or automatically like spin it back to what the man is not doing, or spin it back to what you did wrong. No. Sometimes you need to really just accept what that person is saying. Yeah, they may be wrong too, and we'll get to that. But right now, we on you. Don't spin it back in my moment of telling you what you need to work on. And a lot of women do that.
A woman that's going to end up being single forever is the one that hates being accountable for the things that they've caused in a relationship. The moment they're confronted by their man about something they've done that he didn't appreciate or like, rather than accepting accountability and saying, hey, I'm sorry, we'll work on this together, we'll grow together, instead she'll either one, blame him for being the reason why she did what she did, or two, what she'll do is she'll acknowledge his complaint. Rather than accepting accountability, she wants to then bring up something her partner did, whether it be current or in the past, at her to try and shift the dynamic and blame and now make him feel like he has to be accountable for something that is completely unrelated to the circumstance in front of him.
Somebody gotta say it. And I'll be the bitch to say it. The reality is most women don't take accountability because taking accountability means admitting your faults and realizing that you don't bring shit to the table, bitch, but problems and pussy. That's absolutely it.
Let me be the one to say it. And I know you guys are going to come for me. Be nice. The reason why some women will stay stuck, and I mean like stuck for a long time with absolutely no movement, no improvement in their life, is because many women lack accountability. You are quick to point the finger. However, you are slow to look in the mirror.
So I was talking to a male friend of mine the other day, and he told me that women don't apologize and women can't be held accountable. And I began to really think deeply about this idea. And one of the things that came across my mind is, in the last 9 months or so of me being in my private practice, I have myself experienced many women, whether they came as a couple or they came by themselves, they very abruptly discontinued their therapy. And I started to reflect and really think, what was going on here? And I noticed that after I had to confront them about something, I had to bring to their attention something they were doing that wasn't contributing to the health of the relationship, they became very defensive and very, just very harsh, and they stopped coming. And even though the husband would continue to come, he made it very clear that, she won't apologize. She thinks you're wrong. She thinks you're taking my side. And I began to really reflect, oh my gosh, is it true that women don't apologize? Is it that women struggle with being held accountable? I'd love your thoughts on this. Me personally, I think it has to do with a person's level of emotional maturity. What do you think?
I think that a majority of women, as we were just saying, and as you discovered, do not want to be accountable. I like what like Lex said. He said, my wife is great at deflecting, look like Neo in the Matrix, dodging bullets. There have been moments where your girl will try to deflect. I'll say something and then she'll try to spin it to make it seem like, well, you did. And I'll sit back and I'll say, you know what? You're correct. And when we're talking about me, we'll discuss what I did. But we're talking about you at the moment. So let's get back to the topic at hand. And I'll just continue on talking about what she needs to improve on in that particular area. And we don't get rowdy or nothing about it. But she does try every once in a while to test my accountability meter. If I'll let her get away with it, or if I'll continue to let her get away with it, or if I'll always let her get away with it, or if I never let her get away with it. She'll test my accountability meter, and I'll deflect it by easily saying, you're absolutely correct. Now, as we were saying, I'll acknowledge it, get that out of the way, and I'll say, yes, I did do that. Now, as for you, back to the topic at hand. Never let a woman not take accountability. Never let her use deflection to interrupt the topic at hand. Never let her do that. Where does that come from with me and Andrea? I'm mature enough to know that women do this. See, a young dude, he doesn't know how to handle that. He'll let her, girl, see, girl, and she'll talk about several topics over, and they started at this topic, and now they 9 topics over because she deflected so much that she doesn't have to take accountability because he's arguing about this now when they should have been discussing that. Young dudes don't know how to handle that. Us wiser shamans, if you will, we realize when we see a woman deflecting, we just acknowledge, yes, you're right. Whether we did it or not, yes, you're right. Now, back to the topic at hand. I'm going to need you to blah, 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 blah. And we don't have to be mean, or we don't have to act like, yeah, I just proved a point, or I'm the man. The key to causing a woman to take accountability every time is not allowing her to walk out of the room of accountability. If you let her walk out the room of accountability, then she will not take accountability when she's around you. I don't care if Andrea doesn't take accountability to the next person. I don't care if she don't take accountability here, there, or everywhere. But she knows when it comes to conversing with Andre, you might as well go ahead. You'd be better off. Andrea's like this with me. I'd be better off. She's like this. She'd be better off apologizing for what she did than sitting up there 20 minutes trying to convince me why she shouldn't apologize. She knows better than that. She'll look me right in the face and realize he is not going to let me out of this room. He really wants me to be accountable. I cannot deflect this dude. I cannot just say anything and Andre will jump on that particular topic and forget about this topic. But you young dudes, no offense, you let these women get away with that. He said, Dre, you're nicer than me. I'm like, Bish, you talking about right? We talking about right now. I don't think I got to be dramatic with it because I'm past that stage of being dramatic with a woman. I'm past that stage. I am past that stage. All us old dudes, they don't take all that. I'm like Goldie now. I'm like Goldie in the Mac. I'm past that stage. And if you push me too far, I'm like Goldie in the Mac. I'm gonna get on that bus like he did on the end of the movie. I'm gone. I'm past the stage of cussing out women, fussing out women, arguing with women, going back and forth, bantering with women. I'm past that. Life is too short now. She should, if anything, a female should have caught me at 31. I was ripe for some arguments. I was ripe for it. Now, I'm about to argue with no chick. I'm not about to argue. I ain't got to raise my voice. None of that. And I got standards. And they're not changing. And it's not an old dog never learns new tricks. No, it's not that. It's like the standards that are basic standards. Respect me, I respect you. Love me, I love you. Be there for me, I'll be there for you. Just basic standards. So yeah, but going the extra mile, ruling with an iron hand. No, I don't have to go through all that. Shout out to all you guys. Let's go back to the video. He said, no, he said, that's my feelings on the inside. Oh, okay, on the inside. Okay. Okay, I got you, brother. Let's go back to the video.
I think he had a little bit of PTSD going on too.
He got PTSD.
It was just a lot.
Everything but him. Everything but her. All these dudes that she let get the coochie. She let the the Panamanian dude run through her. He had issues because he couldn't afford her. She was paying for everything. So she got with the American English dude, English speaker. He was too clingy, even though he had ran up in her a few times, but he too clingy now. Now the dude number 3, he got PTSD, even though he was running through her. Everybody getting the coochie, but everybody got issues, but her. That's the lack of accountability.
After the Panamanian, I really thought, wow, this would be great. He's an American. He speaks English. We understand each other.
Yeah, most men who've left the U.S. who've left the West have been burnt by one hole after the next. That's the reason why these men leave the West. So if he's leaving America from the woman that he don't want, and he's met a similar woman in another country that he went to run from them from, you don't think he's going to be cautious? But you have just demonstrated that you are exactly what he don't want. Because when he asserted his masculinity on you, you rejected that. Just like every other Western woman. I don't know why American men or Western men would even waste their time with their own kind that they're running from in a new country.
You know I had to pause that. I know dudes that'll smash any coochie. I got you. I remember I was on a panel with a dude one time, brother from Chicago. Shout out to the Shy. He said, Dre, I don't care where the chick is from. If I want her and she want me, I'm going to smash her. I say, bro, I'm past that stage of just smashing chicks like I'm in high school, like I ain't never had no coochie before. I say, some of you dudes can smash chicks like you ain't never had no coochie before. That ain't me. I say, I done been through enough in life to where I can easily say, if I was single, I can be picky now. I'm gonna say this seriously. If I was single, I have ran through enough women in my life from different races, different cultures, of all ages and stages of life, to be able to easily say, at this stage, I can be picky. I don't do beautiful bottom feeders because I'm picky. I don't do scammer chicks because I'm picky. I don't do broke chicks in no matter what country because I'm picky. I don't get with chicks that don't want to do nothing with their life because I'm picky. I don't care if I came to Colombia for 2 days. I don't deal with party chicks because I'm picky. I will never try to convert a pay for play, turn a hoe into a housewife. I don't care if she's in Taiwan. I don't care if she's in Thailand. I don't care if she's in Texas. I'm picky. I'm past the stage of being lured in life by just sex. It's going to take more than that, bruh. Some of you dudes, you got to smash everything. You don't care if she American. You don't care if she foreign. You're going to run through them all. Got you, bruh. Do your thing. Me, I done been through that stage already. Right now, I'm picky than a mother. If I was single, I'm picky. I'm picky. I'm not gonna go through it. It would be a hard task for a female to drug me. I'm too picky. I'm funny style when it comes to pussy, dog. I'm funny style when it comes to pussy. I done told chicks yes and changed my mind and said that's all right. I have turned down chicks that knew they was gonna get that dick that night. Man, I didn't even show up. I went to bed. I'm talking about some bad chicks. I remember one time a chick, she thought she was doing something. This chick came, took me out to dinner. True story. Took your boy out to dinner. Bought me a gift, a nice coat, right? She did like I was like she did me like she was the dude. She drove straight to the hotel room. Got a hotel room, nice hotel. She knew she was gonna get the sex. Man, I sat on the edge of that bed like a little virgin. She had put the Scorno on. You know, back in the day when the hotel rooms used to have the Scorno. She'd have put the Scorno on, and I'm sitting on the edge of that bed like, girl, you don't realize, girl, I'm at the stage. I'm funny style with I'm like this, man. like this female would be. Let me see.
I'm stingy. I'm stingy with the books. I do not give it up easily.
She said she's stingy.
I'm stingy. I'm stingy with the books. I do not give it up easily.
That chick is from Kevin Samuels. Just in case you wonder where that came from, that clip came from.
I'm stingy. I'm stingy with the books. I do not give it up easily.
I'm funny style, dog. At 50, I'm funny style. Am I 50? I'm funny style, dog. Y'all can give it away for free. Me, I'm like Drake. I shouldn't have to for free. For real. Master the art from the top of the Shaolin Temple, the fine art of saying no. So some of y'all will smash these American chicks. And like I said, for 55, we got to admit, she's very attractive. For 55-year-old, they ain't go, dog. We know most American 55-year-old women do not look like that. No makeup on. She got a nice tan. You're going to see from some of her videos, her body is nice for 55. But she at the stage where she not realizing, girl, you're only good for smashing. Like I said, toward the end of the video, we're going to see why she is the way that she is. Why she is the way that she is. So make sure you stay to the end of the video.
Don't get it.
But that's the thing too.
Before she goes any further, shout out to my man T-Mac with the $10 love on the Cash App. Shout out to you, brother, for showing love on the Cash App. Appreciate you, bro.
We don't know why people move to Panama. We don't know your medical background, your mental background, or any of that. So that was an eye opener for me too. So it's like, okay, dang, if I can't date a Panamanian, I can't date an expat. Like, what were chances? Who am I going to date?
This right here, female solo travelers going to other countries from the States.
No one is talking about this, and this creator is amazing for making this video. Solo travel can be very lonely, and here's what I do about it. If we haven't met, I'm Michelle. I travel a lot, and I'm kind of having a shit day, but I really wanted to make this video anyway, so hi. You see videos of people like running off into the sunset by themselves, having the best time on their own, but the truth is that solo travel can become very lonely. The best way for me to meet people when I travel is to stay at hostels. Even if I'm not staying at a hostel, although I'll still look for one in my area to see if they have like a bar that's open to the public or if they run tours. They're literally designed for solo travelers, so hanging out at a hostel can really help. But sometimes you still feel lonely anyway. I've had to just become comfortable being uncomfortable. Understand there will be times that I will feel uncomfortable, and that might be loneliness or something else. Being on the road definitely challenges you, but it's also helped me grow a ton.
Loneliness. I think that the level of loneliness can also depend on a lot of different things. For example, the length of your trip and even individual differences. For example, if you are an introvert or if you're an extrovert, where you're at in your life, if you're traveling for a special occasion, all of these things can factor into if you feel loneliness and also how intense that loneliness might feel while you're on your trip.
So every woman talks about how solo traveling has changed their life. But the one thing that I feel is not talked about enough is what to do when you start to get lonely while solo traveling. Yes, it does happen.
When women travel by themselves or with girlfriends, they're not traveling as nuns. This is not a traveling convent. It's what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens at the company Christmas party stays at the company Christmas party. What happens with the vendor stays with the vendor. What happens at the hotel bar, what happens at the Red Caves, what happens at Machu Picchu, all stays there. And of course, those encounters rarely ever get counted in her body count. She'll say, I only had 4 boyfriends. Yeah, but you had like 25 affairs with vendors, quickies, old boyfriends coming around, the sales guy, traveling stranger.
But do you even know that when the person is in your same country? People don't have to move for medical reasons. I mean, it's cheaper in Panama for sure. But the reality of it is that how do you ever know anyone based on the geography that they're situated in, unless they're running from the law? But Panama has extradition laws that he could get pulled back in anyway, so...
Thanks, Rick James.
I don't know. To me, the geography doesn't matter at all. What you should do is try to understand that a lot of men leave for economic reasons. Their money goes a lot further in Panama. The American currency is a lot stronger. Most men leave for economic reasons. Their retirement money, they're now on a fixed income, stretches further in Panama, a lot further. So they get to live a much better life in a pretty modern country. So that's the financial reason. But medically, what difference does it make unless he has some venereal disease or some untreatable disease? I don't know. But in reality, you would have the same problem back home.
Yep,
you wouldn't know either. Would you?
Yep.
So I don't know if this is an argument that you can make. And
so that's what I do now. So I'm not necessarily now looking to go into a dating relationship with someone, but I am looking to have some type of companionship relationship with someone so that, you know, I can spend my day communicating and relaxing and having a great time with someone else.
there's a contradiction I'm talking about. The guy that she complained about him being too clingy, but she wants a companion that she can spend her days hanging out and relaxing with. That was the clingy guy. So this is why I don't understand the contradiction.
She just want to be a 304. That's all she's saying. She just wants somebody that's going to come over, hit it. She could laugh with a little bit, but you got to go. Ain't no titles. She just come, yep, that's what she wants. She just wants somebody to come through and blow that black out, blow that back out. Excuse me, gentlemen. Enter the boy toys. All she want is a boy toy. She ain't looking for no man. She ain't looking for no love. All she needs is for you to come through, crack a few jokes, drink a few glasses of wine with her, bust her down a couple times a week, and leave her alone. Don't call her. Don't text her. Don't bother her unless y'all want to go. Unless you want to go to a movie or she want to go to the beach with you. Other than that, don't call her. She might have some new sex over there. Boy toys know this. All us true dudes that's been boy toys in the past, you know, you done been with that chick that's like, she busy in college or she busy with her career. She ain't looking for no man. She just needs somebody to come scratch that itch every once in a while, crack a few jokes, make her laugh, drink a couple of glasses of wine with her or some beers, take your butt right on back home to your side of the city until she call you again. That's all she want is, yep, a situationship. That's all she want, yep. That's all she wants is a boy toy. At 55. But she's going to, toward the end of the video, I'll tell you guys, she's going to show us why she only wants boy toys.
There's more to this story that she's not telling us. I really just think that this man dumped her.
There's so many things to do here to where, you know, you don't want to be roaming around town by yourself. So there's a lot of concerts, movies, restaurants, bars. It's just excursions, so much stuff to do here that, you know, I definitely want a companion. But at this point, I'm not looking for anybody that
right,
that I can honestly say, hey, we're moving in and we're doing this and we're doing that. It's a little bit much for now. So I'm just going to continue to enjoy myself, going out, having a great time, keeping my spirits up. And what comes my way will come my way. So another thing is, people were like, well, what about if you bring your boyfriend or your mate? I think that's probably the best option. A lot of the women here are married. Well, a lot of the women with men here are married. They came down with their spouse, so then they have their built-in best friend and, you know, social buddy and all of that. So that always works. But the single women that are here, we normally just hang together or, I mean, you see me, I'm out there, I'm dating, I'm having a great time, but I'm not finding anybody that would actually, that I can actually say, hey, yeah, let's spend the rest of our lives together. I have not encountered that yet.
Yep.
What I don't get is why you keep allowing her to treat you like that. Because if you're trying your best to make her happy, you're doing one thing wrong. You're under the assumption that her happiness is your responsibility, and it is not. I'm not saying that you can't do things that will bring her some kind of joy. Sure you can. But if all the little nice things that you've been doing don't seem to be enough, and she's telling you that over and over again, maybe you should consider the fact that she's not somebody who's going to be satisfied with anything that you do. So it's not that you aren't enough. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. Because it seems like no matter what you do, she's going to find something wrong with it. I mean, from what you're telling me. And if that's the case, looks like somebody else is the real problem here. Because it takes more than just a person doing things to try to bring joy to somebody's life. If the person that you're trying to bring some joy to can't effectively communicate what that would be, and all she's doing is shooting down what you do, then who do you think the problem is? Come on, baby, tell me. Who? Just think about it. I love you. Be well.
Oh, my friend, women cannot be passport sis. You cannot do it, ladies. You need that protection. You can't be walking around a city in the middle of the night, a strange city, can't speak English. No, you can't do it. Men can. You can't go to a country that's more conservative than America thinking that you're going to get a man who's liberal. You can't go to a new city thinking, I'm going to find a man that will make more money than me. You're going to that city to save money. You're not going to find men that makes more money than you. I think there's a spot here where she talks about dating a local man. Let's get into that one.
But it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. So moving to Panama at 55, dating here in Panama, the dating scene for women, again, the Panamanians, they will take you out. You will have a great time. But the financial means may not be there to do all the things that you would like them to do, or that you can afford to pay for them to do with you. But they are very nice. They're very manly men. I think that was my biggest thing. It's like, I'm just not used to, manly man not having money to support themselves. So that was my issue there. And the communication. I mean, the language barriers was really, really tough as well. But overall, the men were great. I mean, they're very nice. They're very chivalrous. I mean,
not singular.
They were nice. The Americans here, again, there's tons of beautiful Panamanian women here, and they can get them. So, I mean, it's no secret. I mean, like I said, you could be 95 walking down the street with a 25-year-old. So, that makes it a little bit difficult for us in our age group. But again, doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And you see me, I'm out there having a great time. But I changed my mindset as well. So I'm not out there looking and saying, hey, I want to have a husband and all this stuff, because I don't know if I want to have a husband. So I'm just taking it as it is. So if you're moving to Panama as a single woman, I would not be so, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to find my husband. I would be more concerned with getting out here, getting to know the culture, getting to know your way around, meet a couple friends, get a hobby. Not saying that you'll have tons and tons of competition, but you will. You're going to be in competition with the expats. You're going to be in competition with the single Panamanians. So, it's real.
You heard it, gentlemen. You could be 95 and you could be walking down the street with a young 25-year-old. It's the
baffled.
reality of life outside of the Western Hemisphere.
Shout out to my man James Wingate III with the $2 love on the Cash App. Appreciate you, brother.
A lot of Latin American countries and Asian countries appreciate age in men. They don't mind the exchange of, hey, I'm willing to take care of you if you're taking care of me. I am willing to be respectful to you. I don't care how old you are. You're taking care of me, I'll take care of you in whatever shape or form that comes in. This is the beautiful exchange between males and females. But American women, Western women, are so entitled that they don't see the value in this. And that is what turns men off. And that's why they go to places like Panama to find women who appreciate them.
So yes, dating scene, you will be able to get here, have dates, have a great time. But there is a lot of women here. There's a lot of men here. So it is what it is. And like I said, dating at this age, these men, they can pretty much get whomever they want, especially, you know, the Panamanians. I mean, they can get the Panamanians and they can get the expats. That's the beauty of being a man here in Panama. They really have the best of both worlds.
And you guys forget about the Panamanian Festival. Don't forget about the Panamanian Festival. All right, Miss Slim Gritty. Yes, they do.
Because the single Americans here are looking for a mate as well. So when they do want us, then you know they have both of those options. So do we, but our options are pretty much the same, because if the men date Panamanian women, they will have to, for the most part, support them. And if we date a Panamanian man, for the most part, we will be supporting them. But again, Panama is a melting pot of a lot of different people, a lot of different cultures. So you may run into somebody else that's not Panamanian, or that's not an expat over here, that could just be traveling. So I just wouldn't limit yourself and try to choose a country or a situation where, you know, hey, that's where my husband's going to be. I had one girl come up to me. Well, I met her. She didn't just come up to me. She says, yeah, I came to Panama to meet my husband. I was like, good luck with that one.
This is why I keep saying, man, women hate to just admit that they're screwed. They can't just tell the truth. They always feel like they gotta basically just scoot around reality. Reality of it is, ladies, you cannot leave your country and go to another conservative country and think that you're going to find a conservative man who makes less money than you. None of that shit you want. If that was the case, you would find a man who is on your level in your country who's just an average guy.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Latriva Hill, and I started this.
Now, remember I said toward the end of the video, she's going to explain why she's the way that she is, why she can't be successful in relationships, why things are falling apart with her when it comes to dating, why she's just a jump off and anybody can hit it. You're going to understand why right now.
YouTube channel to share my journey, my grieving journey with other grievers. It is a journey that I definitely wouldn't wish on anyone, but it is one that we all have to go through when we have our grieving experiences. I lost my husband December 21st, 21, and then 2 months later, I lost my daughter.
So she lost her husband in 2021, and a few months later, she lost her daughter. So she's still in the middle of grieving. She hadn't been in the dating world, even in the States, in years. So she's not even used to the dating world. She's still in the middle of grieving, of losing a husband, her soulmate. And then a few months later, you lose your daughter, your comforter. So now she's got a double whammy in 2021. She's trying to pick up the pieces by moving to another country. But the reason why she's falling apart, A, she hadn't been in the dating game in years. That's one thing. And that goes for a lot of these women that are traveling. They're traveling. A lot of these sisters are traveling with the same mindset they use when they go back to college. Something traumatic happened in their life, a bad breakup or whatever it was. And so what do? They go back to college, right? Well, the new thing to do is not go back to school, is to travel now. With all that trauma, with all those issues that they're dealing with, but I'm going to go travel now. So now they've got to deal with that segment of their lives. But they want to date because they're horny. They've got needs to feed, but no one can help them with their trauma. Remember, she was talking about everybody else got PTSD and this dude is too clingy, but she's not telling the fact that, like the Ask An Older Man said, there is holes in her story. I had to do a little research to find out this is the holes in her story. The reason why nobody can be close to her is because nobody can compare to her husband, and no one can help her get over the trauma of losing her husband and her daughter. You can give her good sex, you can give her company and laugh, she'll laugh at your jokes. But she's just a chick that should have been at home in the States with a cat. She should have traveled on some cruises, but to relocate looking for a mate to compare to her husband and help her go through the pain of her daughter, she's not going to find that. Kevin Samuels used to say that women go back to college to cope. Yep. And that's what she's doing. She was notice she was blaming everybody, every other man. The Panamanian man didn't have enough money. Another man was clingy. Another dude was this. Another guy was that, the language barrier. Shout out to Dr. Kendis. He said this. He said, Dre, I'm in Panama every month now, and this lady has brought her terrible, toxic Western attitude to Panama. I 100% avoid American, so do I, dude, to even just be friends with. Just to be friends. She needs therapy. She needs to get therapy. She does. She is not mentally right. It's like a car driving around with no car insurance. Absolutely correct. That's where she should have been back home in the States, getting the therapy. Nothing wrong with traveling, but she decided to relocate. And a lot of these women are doing this. One way that they deal with trauma, they cut their hair or create a new hairstyle, right? Another way they deal with trauma in the States is going back to school. And another way that they're doing it now is because they're looking at the chicks on TikTok, is that they're traveling. They're traveling with the trauma. And so at the end of the day, this is why this is going on. Let me continue on with the video. Let me move out of the way.
So I got double hit. So
see the pain in her face.
a lot of people tell me, I don't know how you do it. I would have just lost it. And, you know, if I smile, they look at me like, oh my God, I can't believe she's smiling. Or what's wrong? She didn't care. There's a lot of different things that go along with someone grieving and how they should look and how they should act. I'm a professional woman, and my thought process is just a little bit different. I always take situations and break it down into categories. And the simplest form that I can share with you guys is, are you hurt or are you injured? And 9 times out of 10, we're hurt. We're hurt over things that people say to us, things that people do to us, hurt over losing the loved one. But being hurt doesn't mean that you can't play the game or that you can't live. Now, being injured is a different story. So if you're injured, you can't play in the game. They're going to take you out of the game if you're injured, but you can definitely play while you're hurt. So that's my philosophy. I'm hurt. Carrying this grief around will be with me probably for the rest of my life. And at moments, I'm hurt. At moments, I'm happy. But at the end of the day, I'm still in the game. So that's my journey.
That's a good point, Theo. That's a real good point. As a man who lost his wife and child also, I guarantee you she can't date, like seriously date, for about 5 years, and that's minimum. That's minimum. She's trying to go through this with no therapy, just using travel as her therapy, which is not a bad form of therapy. Don't get me wrong. Travel is a great form of therapy. But she's trying to find a best friend that was probably like her daughter, a best friend, and a husband that was probably like her ex-husband. And I'm telling you, she's not the only one. That's why I chose to kind of do a little bit more research. This part is not a part of Ask an Older Man. I had to research to find this video on her channel. And that's when I realized that's why she's the way that she is. Yeah, she looks, don't get it twisted. If you go to her channel, her body is amazing for her age. Her skin is clear, teeth, eyes, everything. Man, if we could get more women in their 50s to look like this in the States, they may have a chance. So she's an anomaly. She's not the norm. But when it comes to that mentality, she is the norm.
That I'm sharing is that every day I try to show up. I try to be present. And I try to be grateful for the days that I have ahead.
Oh, my friends, I'm going to leave it there because she just sort of repeats the same narrative going forward. But I just wanted you to get a flavor of what Passport Sisters have to go through and also introduce you to Panama because I loved it when I was there. It's a place that I'm actually considering moving to again. Yeah, I might be looking at whether I want to move again because I've been in Dubai 17 years now and the kids are about to leave school. So I'm thinking, and of course, Dubai is getting a little bit too expensive for my taste, to be honest. And, I want to experience something different. I want to, my later years, man, I'm now a full-time digital creator. That means I can easily become a digital nomad anywhere in the world. So it's Thailand, Philippines, Panama, Japan, wherever. I don't care where I go as long as I'm having an experience with my wife and we could just go and enjoy life somewhere else. So that's what we're thinking. But it will have to be a country where the US dollars that I'm earning, it will stretch further in whichever country we go into. Or another one is Sri Lanka. We've been there as well. So my friends, listen, Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're thinking about moving outside of the West and where you're thinking about going. And yeah, let's have a conversation. And so please like this video on the way out. And so until tomorrow, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you in the next one.
All right. Like Theo just said, Theo said she can't show up in 2025. She will be in the year where her family members died for a very long time. That's a good way to put that. I like how you word that, Theo. She's still in 2020, as far as her grieving, as far as handling life, as far as dating. Shout out to you for the super chat, Theo. That's a good point. Even though it's 2025, her mind is still in 2021 when all this went down. He said, I mean years. She won't know 2025 at all because she's still grieving 2021. Excellent point. Good point. Shout out to all you guys that were here with me for the last 3 hours of this live stream. I just wanted to put this out there. Not, like I said, it's not an attack on the passport sisters, but it's to let us know that when these sisters complain and they try to follow us and do what we do, they can't do it. And that what frustrates a lot of them. Like, wait a minute, I got money like the brothers. Okay, cool. I got a passport like the brothers. Cool. I even got condoms in my purse. Cool. But how people are seeing women, white women are going through the same thing. So don't just think it's a sister thing. White women are going through the same problematic, can't find a good man situation, slinging that coochie all over Bali that sisters are going through. They find somebody that's good enough to run up in them for a month or two, and then they move on to the next. So, but I'm mostly here to encourage you guys, to let you know, just like this woman said, no matter how old you are as a man, you guys got to come to some realities. No matter how old you are as a man, there are younger women in these countries, and I'm not talking about the broke, the poor, the hood chicks, because I'm living proof that I didn't have to go to the hood to look for a wife. And a lot of you guys, shout out to my man Jay Clyde, shout out to my man T Mac, all you guys are living proof. Shout out to my man Unc Jay, are living proof that we ain't had to go to the hood, and we ain't had to go to the worst parts of the city to find some quality women to enjoy some years with. We're here to let you guys know it is not crippling to be an older man. Embrace it. I said embrace it while you're in Thailand. Embrace it while you're in the Philippines. You're in Africa, embrace it. You're on your way to Portugal, embrace it. You heading to Brazil again, embrace being an older dude. Because if you were 24 or 54, there are women that will give you that coochie, either age or either stage that you're in. That's why I posted this video. It had very little to do with her. It had mostly to do with what she was saying about how you have options that she doesn't. And some of you guys just don't know it. Shout out to all you guys here. No rush, fellas. These lonely ladies are waiting for you. Absolutely correct. Shout out again to my man James Wingate. He say, I think her husband or her family died from COVID. That's a good point. I didn't think about that, guys. Good deep soul. Shout out to you. She must have lost her husband and her daughter. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You guys are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Good point. Well, let me let you guys go. I'll be seeing you guys again on Wednesday. No, wait a minute. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow because Wednesday we've got class. We got Theo's class on Wednesday. Shout out to Theo. Shout out to you guys. Let's do some outros. Let us do some outros. See you guys on tomorrow.
Ella es mi gata, ya, perrea en la disco como nadie más. Ella es mi gata, yeah, ella es mi gata, ya, ya, ella es mi gata, ya, perrea en la disco como nadie más. Ella es mi gata, yeah, ella es mi gata, ya, 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 ya. En fiesta es que no pierde ni una, es de aquí, pero parece de cuna, pero así no le piche a ninguna, criminal como una para que os hunda. Ella sabe que de la disco no la van a quitar, los fines de semana son tan santos, hay que vacilar. Ready, con ropita cortita para janguear y tirar, de mí se deja llevar, combina la ropa con tu actitud, es que dominas, chica con esa virtud, rompe bocinas. No hay nadie como tú, como tú, como tú, como tú, ya, 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 combina la ropa con tu actitud, es que dominas, chica con esa virtud, rompe bocinas. No hay nadie como tú, como tú, como tú, como tú. Ella es mi gata, ya, perrea en la disco como nadie más. Ella es mi gata, yeah, ella es mi gata, ya, ya, ella es mi gata, ya, perrea en la disco como nadie más. Ella es mi gata, yeah, ella es mi gata, ya, ya.
Un traguito de cine pa' la gata en Navarra. Te vi por internet en una playa en Nicaragua. Ese buffet sí está gourmet, pero lleno de piraña. El río está movido, que está nada las arañas. Por eso que tú te acercas a mí. Me gusta más que tú, como te hago reír. Me encanta cómo besas, cómo me haces sentir. Eres especial, eres sola para mí. Y si nos vemos en Bahamas, ahí no hay nadie que nos daña. Una copla de madrugada, ya lo sabes, tú mi reina y yo tu rey. Estamos listas en Bahamas. Aquí hay bellas madrugadas, romanteo en la playa. Ya lo sabes, tú mi reina y yo tu rey.
Ella es mi gata, ya, perrea en la disco como nadie más. Ella es mi gata, yeah, ella es mi gata, ya, ya, ella es mi gata, ya, perrea en la disco como nadie más. Me gusta gozar así de golpe, yeah, no te quito de perder. Solo toda ya es, pasarlo no solo tal vez. A ella le gusta gozar y vacilar, yeah. Con unos traguitos de Fernet, se le toda la timidez. Pasarlo no solo tal vez. Ella es mi gata, ya, perrea en la disco como nadie más. Ella es mi gata, yeah, ella es mi gata, ya, ya, ella es mi gata, ya, perrea en la disco como nadie más. Ella es mi gata, yeah, ella es mi gata, ya, 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 ya. En fiesta es que no pierde ni una, es de aquí, pero parece de cuna, pero
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world.